Hello, hello. We are back at it again. Once again. It's not even been that long since the last one, but we've got the podcast, the AnimeCast. And we've got bad anime episode this time, and I've got with me two other handsome gentlemen. We've got Justin.
That's me.
That's him, yep. And we've got Braeden.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah.
Braediac is his tag. You can call him that. It's pretty epic.
Yeah. I was about to say, it felt kind of
Sorry.
weird hearing
Yeah,
Braeden.
Our fourth ever guest on the podcast, following the steps of Shower Man and Nekopara Enjoyer.
He will never let go of the shower fucking episode. Do you know the
Go
lore on
watch.
that one, Braeden?
I don't, but I feel
So
it.
on the JoJo Part 4 episode, Gavin was on there, and him and I think we were at school. Our internet died at the college campus for like a half hour, and Gavin just messages in the chat. He's like, "I'm just gonna go shower and come back."
Yeah.
And I'm on my fucking phone talking to Justin on Discord.
He didn't come back, by the way. So Cole and I just finished
I
the
thought he
episode.
did.
I don't remember if he did. I don't think he did.
did. I don't think I want to slander him. I think he came back, man.
That's awesome.
It was really good. It was really good. So today we are again with the bad anime cast. I think this is my favorite topic. It's definitely Justin's least favorite, but I think a lot of the bangers come from this one. The
Cole,
one with
Every time Cole brings this up, doing another bad anime podcast, like every month, I swear. And Justin, in any Discord call, goes, "Can we talk about like Trigun? Can we just like anything else?"
We did talk about Trigun last time, so
Yeah, you got your Trigun.
Cole built up a little bit of good karma, so I don't hate him as much currently.
yes. And I didn't even make you really watch anything
true.
for this one.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Meanwhile, I fucking suffered. I really went through the ringer on this one. Not only was my show ass, but I also watched Solo Leveling, and also I rewatched most of Accel World, which...
You rewatched Solo Leveling?
No, I watched it, not rewatched.
Spoiler alert, dude. I didn't know Solo Leveling was a part of this.
Yeah, we already talked about this too, so I gotta talk about it a second time. I'm so excited.
So we've got... Oh, I should probably pull up the actual anime on here. I just wanted to also point out, I'm looking at the... I guess I could share my screen so gentlemen could see what I'm looking at as well. But, we've got Solo Leveling Season 2, 26 on Mal, baby. Oh, yeah. I have not seen episode 8 yet. I don't know if you watched it, Justin.
I did.
Okay.
It was probably the best episode of the season so far. So
Nice. I look up 100 Girlfriends. The first thing I see is fucking Hajimete no Gal. That's how you know we're working with something special here. So the three shows.
So riddle me this: do they really, really, really love you? Is that true?
They really do, man. They really, 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 really do. So the three shows we're talking about today, I watched the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You. Braeden watched Accel World upon my request.
I did ask for a bad show to watch, and this is.
I think it was hopefully it was a good learning experience. I thought it was like a really educational show.
Yeah, but let me tell you, this Braeden guy is a bad show connoisseur. This is like half the shows he watch.
I am a bad show.
All right, I'm gonna start out with a question. On a scale of Death Note to Blue Lock, where would you put the show?
Not as high as those, I can tell you that.
What?
No, but Death Note's like the bottom, so it's like in between. On the
Death
scale.
Note's the bottom.
Aren't they like a
you're the one who
1 point
rated it,
difference? Aren't they like a 1
I
point
gave Death Note
difference?
like a 6. It's not like I gave Death Note like a 2. Let's relax.
Oh,
Dude,
but
stop.
worse than Blue Lock. All right, whatever.
Look, that another.
He had to bring it up. He had to bring it up instantly.
That was the joke.
Yeah.
I said I prepared a joke. That was it. That's all I got.
We could talk about Blue Lock another time. Next bad show podcast, I got you.
God, you guys can't talk about Death Note. I just finished reading the Death Note side story novel, and that shit was hella good. I just want to gush about it, but this is not the time nor place because it's actually good.
I've read that a while ago.
Oh, you did? Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, fuck. The one by Nisori scene?
I believe so. Yeah.
The Los Angeles BB murder cases featuring Backyard Bottom Slash, Believe Bridesmaid, Beyond Birthday, and Quarter Queen.
And maybe not. I think I read the anthology one.
Oh,
maybe that's
okay.
what it was.
I see. So, yeah, and Justin, his show, he's doing Soul Leveling Season 2, kind of Season 1, I guess. As you know,
Yeah.
in our Masterful podcast, we already talked about Soul Leveling before it blew up as hard. We knew it was gonna, right? We're prophets.
It was already pretty popular by that
It was already
point.
quite popular. Anyone could have told you it
It
was
was
gonna
like the
happen.
number 1 rated like manhwa on
Yeah.
most sites.
Yeah. But now we're talking about the anime. You know, that's kind of different, right?
Sure. I mean, it is because like in some ways it is better than the manhwa, but
Yeah. Well, fellas, which one do we want to start with? Do we want to start with Soul Leveling, or should I start with my show, or should we start with?
I think we should probably start with your show.
Yeah, I think that's true. See, this is the only show nobody but me has seen. Like, I've seen Brandon's show, I've seen Justin's show, right? And some combination of the in-betweens. But this one, it's all for me. It's all unique. I'm such a special little guy.
as always.
Let me refer to my notes. Okay, so, as you know, this show, it's about 100 girlfriends.
I
Pretty
only
cool
see
stuff.
like 5 of them though. So.
Yeah, they got 6 in season 1. So that's how you know the
okay.
pacing is really fucking good. There's so many places to start. I don't know if you guys have heard about this show at all or the manga. The manga is pretty popular. I've like offhandedly read a couple random ass chapters because they're all pretty segmented for the most part. Because it's usually just him like meeting a new girl or whatever, and they hit it off or something, and he has to deal with whatever their one struggle is, right?
Their gimmick, yeah.
But people really like this series because it feels a little bit like a harem show with like a little bit more heart to it, I would say. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, it's kind of like, there's a really popular fucking subreddit called Wholesome Animemes, and all they do is they spam this fucking manga. They spam panels from this shit.
Yeah, I'm sure the Reddit subreddit called Wholesome Enemies got some bangers on there.
Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Nothing but.
But this show, yeah, so the episode 1, we find
A
out...
4! Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I also saw the force
I know.
when I was curious.
It's kind of like foreshadowing, right? Like, foreshadowing is a narrative device in which... So,
I got
episode
that
1,
shit removed. Sorry.
you got it removed. Wait, hold on. What the fuck is this studio? Biebery Animation Studios. I've never heard. Okay,
I didn't really get a choice though. Like,
Oh,
I kind of did it without my.
I see.
like,
It's
when I was
the...
like,
They did one of the seasons of Quintuplets also.
banger!
Quintuplets, the shitty Grisaya sequel. I assume they're shitty. I haven't watched them yet. I don't know if there is
Spoilers.
even visual novels on them, but I assume they're bad because they have horrible scores and they look stupid.
You can't see it, but when I saw the quintessential quintuplets, I like coughed blood out. Sorry, it's a podcast.
Yeah,
though, so-
just actually popped
One of the
off
seasons
his
of
chair for a
Quintuplets has an
second.
8 on here? Holy shit.
Well, you know what they say.
Just barely.
You
edging
make
out
it,
this
they
show.
will come.
Oh, and they also did Mahou Shoujo fucking Magical Destroyers. Did you watch that show when it aired, Justin?
No.
Gavin and I watched like 2 episodes. It's actually insane. This has maybe one of the highest effort anime OPs I have ever seen. Like,
I have
it's
seen the opening.
it's really good, and the show just sucks. It's just dumb. It's like a
Many
post-
such cases.
It's like a post-apocalypse thing with a bunch of otaku cringe shit, and it's like they just like play it too straight. It's like really boring. But okay, onto this show. Synopsis: 100 girls. First thing it's like his first day of fucking high school or some stupid shit. You know how it always goes.
Oh, I know.
And he's talking to his one buddy who you'll never see again, but you know, classmate guy. And he's like, "Oh man, I just got rejected by the 100th girl in a row." And he's like, 100 girls you've confessed to? That's crazy. He's like, "Yeah." And he has a flashback of him being like a literal like infant, like he's going goo goo gaga, and his first words to a girl are, "I love you, go out with me," and she says, "No, no." It's something else. And he's like all moping around because he's been rejected a million times. He's like, "Man, I just want a girlfriend and a good high school life." And so he goes to whatever shrine to pray, and he meets the god of, I don't know if it's the god of love or the god of luck or if it's just the god of the shrine. I don't remember. But he meets him, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I just want to let you know,
dude.
I like really fucked this up. Like, it's really not good." So when you like make someone's character sheet before they're born, right? There's like a little slot and it says like number of soulmates. The show I was watching was really entertaining, so I was distracted. Accidentally put 100 instead of 1. Yeah, really messed it up. Most people only got 1 or like even 0, you know. And he's like, "Dang, that's crazy. I have a lot to pick from." Then he's like, "Yeah, you're pretty fortunate in that regard." However, any of the girls that get assigned to you as one of the 100, if you do not date them and live your life like the rest of your life with them, it uses up all your good luck to have like a soulmate. So if you use it up and you don't date them, you get really unlucky and you probably just die in a horrible accident. And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yep, pick which one you don't want to die, I guess." And he just fucks off. And it's like, okay, that's the premise of the show, I guess. You don't understand. He has to date them all.
he has no choice. That's kind of fucked up.
He has no choice, man, or else they'll die.
It's like a fuck up conscience.
Yeah. And so the first episode or two is like he meets these two girls first, the blonde one and the pink-haired one. Every single character in this show is just a fucking trope. I think people like the show a little bit because they go through the tropes really fast, and so it's like, haha, it's tongue-in-cheek, but the show is still only tropes. Like that's the whole show. So the pink-haired one, she's the one with the big boobs and the big butt, and she's really horny. The blonde one, she's a tsundere. You can tell because all she fucking says is, "It's not like I want to do this or anything." It's so
Braediac also does that, and it's a little weird, but like, that's let it rock.
That's actually true.
Nah, dude, I hate tsundere so much. It's the worst trope ever. It has to.
I like them when I will never stop giving this speech. There's two types of tsunderes. Tsundere was originally a trope people noticed, typically in visual novels, like in Fate or other random bullshit. People noticed one of the main character girls usually ends up starting with the main character with like a combative relationship. They don't like get along that well. But over the course of everything, they kind of realize, oh wait, I actually have feelings for this guy, and like we think about things very similarly. And then they like them eventually, and now they're nice and they're cool. That was a good trope for a while, and then now all they do is just a stupid idiot who flips back and forth constantly and yells at him.
Bipolar disorder.
It's so fucking annoying. And you know, funny enough, you know what's a show that actually gets this like type 1 tsundere correct? Sword Art Online. Asuna is totally that way until like they realize they like each other or whatever, and it's actually
Grisaya.
Oh yeah, I mean Grisaya, it's like what was like Yukiko?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's more kudere than tsundere, but like it's kind of the same thing, yeah. Yeah, so not only has the trope like gotten stupider into that, it's just like some fucking chick with BPD now, but like it's also to the point of they've in the last couple years they've really touched like, how do I put it? They've really focused super hard on exactly the line. It's not like I want to do X or whatever. Like that's like the tsundere thing now. That's all they fucking say now. Like it's like every other line. It actually drives me insane, man. I hate it, man.
Yeah, but it's not like I like them or anything, so.
Yeah, it's horrendous. Okay, so now most of the rest of the, or pretty much entirely the rest of the show, is just him one by one meeting up with random girls, and he can tell when they're a soulmate. They have like a moment when they lock eyes, basically, and like they both understand it at that point. So I ask you this: what do you think makes this guy, other than he just apparently got really good RNG at birth? What do you think makes this guy so lovable that all these women are super attracted to him?
What does he look like? I can't even tell.
He's got like these really stupid bushy eyebrows.
Oh my lord!
Oh, he's full of whimsy. Look at him, man.
He's so whimsical.
What do we think?
Is he just like a really good boyfriend?
Yeah, he's just a really nice guy, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it just harm trope of like, oh, this guy's so much nicer than all the other?
Oh yeah, he's just a really nice guy. And of course, the show goes really hard into characterizing him as like, no, you don't get it. He's really nice. Like everything he does, he thinks about the consequences of, and is really thoughtful. Like, I don't know, and like to the point where if someone does something inconvenient for him, he's like, "I'm stupid. I should have realized you would do that. I'm a fucking asshole." And it's like, oh, I guess, man, for sure. also, like, after the first day of school, the plot of, like, episode 1 or 2 or whatever is, apparently in, like, the school garden, they grow a bunch of clovers, and if you find a 4-leaf clover from there and give it to your crush that you confess to, then they'll love you forever or whatever, that kind of thing. So on the first day of school, he spends the last 4 hours after class helping his teacher find his contact lens he dropped. During which these two girls are trying to find a 4-leaf clover the entire time. I have in my notes, I think I'm too old for the harem genre because a lot of this makes me cringe. I think that's pretty much true. This show, it's kind of hard to rate in terms of, like, this is not the worst show I've ever watched by far. It's like, it's actually pretty watchable in terms of, it's pretty fast paced and all the jokes are one after another really quick, you know? It's watching most, like, harem shows is like watching, like, a really bad drama. This is kind of like watching Family Guy, where it's like, they just keep fucking going.
Oh, now you got my attention. All right.
I think, are you sure this is only a 4?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but which one would you rate higher, Family Guy or this show?
Family Guy.
Damn.
All right. No, that's just uncalled for.
I watched the first 6 episodes. It might be only 2 through 6 with Gavin and Shaylee and a bunch of people in call, actually, and it was, like, pretty fun. Like, we were having a hella good time, like, laughing at the dumb shit that was happening and, like, making fun of it. And then Gavin and I watched episode 7, and we it was, like, the most unwatchable episode of all time. Like, I was like,
what happened?
It was, like, 11 p.m. or something. Gavin's at work, so he doesn't have fucking anything to do. And I'm like, I don't have anything to do. Everyone went to bed already. And so I'm like, we're going to fucking finish the rest of this show tonight, probably, or some shit. We watched 1 episode, and we were like, no more. Like, I literally can't do it.
That is tough. He was at work with nothing to do, and he couldn't even.
Yeah, man.
Stomach
It was
second
cooked.
one.
No, we were done. We were done.
What happened?
So that would be the episode where the lolly is introduced.
All right. You got it.
So let's go kind of sort of episode order. So the first 2 episodes are, like, with the main 2 girls or whatever, who get introduced, and a lot of it is, like, them trying to, you know, come to terms with that he's fucking 2-timing on them, basically, and getting them to agree to it, and them being like, I mean, it's fucked up, but we both, like, it's easier to get them to accept when they know that for a fact they're all soulmates, basically. He doesn't explain it to them, but they all understand, basically, right? And also because he's just such a nice guy, they know he doesn't have any bad intents, right? I also forgot. This has so many bits, and this has so many weird bits. This has possibly the worst single bit I have seen constructed. You know how they're at, like, any random harm or whatever, there's always, like, one weird teacher or, like, really shitty guy who's, like, really annoying. One of the teachers who, like, always fucks with them or something like that.
Yes.
In this one, that is in the form of, like, I don't know, like, 70, 80-year-old lady. Let me see if I can find her on the character list. Yes, here she is, Baba Ann.
My lord.
So this character's bit is that she's really strict with the rules. Specifically, if you run in the hallway, she will catch you, she'll run at you, catch you, and French kiss you against your will.
Okay.
Because she really likes younger men.
That shit happens all the time.
This is the vice principal, by the way. Possibly the strangest bit I have ever fucking seen.
How frequently can a bit like that pop up?
Love God.
Like 4 times, probably, throughout the first season.
Okay.
But, like, really... one of them is episode 2. A big part of episode 2 is they're like, what do we do about who has, like, the first kiss with Rentar? That's his name. Ijo Rentar. Get it? Ijo? Like, I, like, love? Oh, that's so fucking smart. The show is so smart.
I sense a bit of, like, animosity, and I'm not sure if I appreciate it.
Okay, you know, like, the Japanese media thing, especially anime, where it's like, they really like their puns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like that, but the laziest shit possible, and I got really annoyed at it. But episode 2 is like they're all trying to figure out how to do like this first kiss and like not have any hard feelings about it or whatever, because one of the two will have the first kiss with him and one won't. And so he can like we spend a lot of time on he constructs this really elaborate way to have them all like blindfolded and deafened and kiss each other and then like not know who kissed who first. It doesn't work because they just keep fucking it up because it's hard to walk around while blind or whatever.
Okay.
And he gets upset about it because he's like they start fighting about it or whatever. And he's like, I'm such a bad boyfriend, like, I'm making them fight. And so what he does is he goes to run in the hallways, and he's like, I'm going to make the teacher lady kiss me, and then my first kiss will be gone.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Doesn't happen. They, like, beat the shit out of her. And they're like, we'll call the cops on you, actually. Like, that's probably, like, illegal. Like, I don't know. And of course they resolve it with, they just all kiss each other at the same time. But he's like, I already knew this was an option. But I didn't want to, because then you guys would have to kiss each other, and that would be so horrible. Like, obviously you don't want to do that. Yeah, it's really fucking stupid. And then the next girl you meet is this is probably technically the first loli. This, like, Shizuka, she's like a librarian, and her gimmick is that she's, like, mute, basically. She won't talk, she's, like, too shy. And we see traumatic flashbacks of her mom being like, "What's wrong with you? You don't fucking work. Like, I hate you.
You don't work."
Yeah, it's really epic. So, of course, our main character guy's like, "No, you're good just the way you are. I'm so sorry." Like, it's really awesome. In his niceness for this episode, when he gets her on board, what he does is, what she does to speak with people is she's, like, really obsessed with one particular really big book. And she has it all perfectly memorized. So she finds random pages and points to words for what she wants to say to people. And so what he does is he makes an app and programs it so that you can click and search to every single word in the book. So she has like a text-to-speech app, basically.
Nobody told him about Google Translate or what?
No, I don't think so, actually. Like, I don't know. So yeah, he programs it all himself, by the way. Like, it's really epic. Up until this point, these were all pretty funny. The episode where it started getting weird is episode 5, where we meet this girl. So she's like, I don't know, she's like supposed to be really cool and really like smart, basically.
Non-opedia?
Yeah. So she's really smart and whatnot. And he goes and talks to her, and they get partnered for some class assignment or like a lab or whatever. And he's like, I don't know, they're doing the whole thing, and she's really obsessed with efficiency, and like logic is her thing. There's this crazy scene during this where he accidentally cuts his finger, and what do you think she does? What do you think is the most efficient way to deal with this cut on his finger? Anybody have a guess?
Band-Aid.
Well, I mean, I could see how you would think that, but that doesn't really disinfect it. Did you know saliva actually has disinfectant? Like
that was my second guess, was that she just sticks it in her mouth.
Yes, correct.
Actually.
Now, Braediac, the level of detail on this scene is unlike anything you will ever see in your entire life.
Oh,
it's like a 15-second scene, and he's like, oh my. Like,
Shit, I'll be right back.
Link.
Nah. So yeah, that part's particularly weird. All the other characters are like, she's basically like an AI. She's basically like an AI, not a robot. She's basically like an AI. Have any of you read her name right now that we're looking at?
Yeah, I've been reading this description where it says her last name is pronounced as AI.
Yeah.
Oh, the puns! Holy shit! AI! Oh, I get it. Oh my god. Yeah, this shit is a peak, basically. Her arc is like, basically, she's like, well, I have realized I am in love with you. However, I would like you to reject me because love is illogical, and it does not get your grades any better, and it does not benefit you in life in any way. So we cannot date. That is highly illogical. And he's like, that is really stupid, man. It's crazy. Oh, I just saw in my notes, by the way, this screenshot of them talking about the really creepy vice principal chick for the first time. They call her Sonic the Sketch Hag. Does anyone have a? Hold on, I can just pull this link up.
That's crazy.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Sonic the Sketchhag.
They tried really hard to make that one work, and it just doesn't. It just doesn't, man. It just doesn't.
It's kind of so bad that it does work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they just like
See, yeah, but this is still first 6 episodes. It works,
sure.
not episode 7.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the name.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay.
The show goes really, really hard on the bits, which is some of them are funny. One of the bits I liked was I don't know what the point was. It was like something about like if you try too hard, people will reject it or something like that. I don't know. It had 2 like Japanese businessmen, and they're like bowing at each other, trying to give the other their business card, but like neither of them will take their card first, so they just keep bowing lower and lower, and it ends up in them like fist fighting and shit. It was particularly funny. But yeah, I also have this screenshot. I don't remember what it's from, but it was particularly funny.
I got the Tokyo Ghoul PFP.
Yeah, that shit goes crazy. Yeah, my notes literally just say, AI is her name because she's like an AI. Nice, man. I also have blowjob on the finger in my notes. You guys do not understand how heinous this scene is.
No, I think I do. You've described it.
I think I've got it.
It was crazy. They're just in the middle of class, by the way.
You're slobbering on that shit.
So for episode 6, he's like, okay, go on a date with me, and if you come out of it with nothing, I will break up with you and never talk to you again. So, of course he's going to convince her over the course of this date, right? So, first of all, when they show up, he is like popping off about how good she looks at her fit. The subs, I don't know if it's actually a part of the original Japanese. I couldn't really tell. I think some of the memes and shit are, but the subs are really, really memey. Look at this. This is what he says.
The goat.
The goat
Guys.
fit. The goat fit.
LeBron.
They go crazy on the subs. I know some of them were definitely just added, like, only to the subs. One of them we get to later. I know the Japanese for enough to be like, oh, they just thought it would be funny, I guess. I know some people get really mad about that shit. They're like, that's not what he intended. But, like, it's a fucking meme show. Like, they should add more memes. Like, that's the whole point of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go on this, like, carnival date. And the whole time she's just like, this is highly illogical. They go to a fucking ghost house, and she's like, those are just people, correct? I don't know why you are afraid. Like, it's so fucking annoying, man. But no, this is episode 5. Okay, so 4 or 5, I guess, would be the 2 for this girl. But yeah, over the course of the day, at the very end, he's like, look at this picture I took. And he's like, so yeah, you felt nothing about it? And she's like, well, yeah. And he goes, well, okay, well, I will burn the picture. And she stops him, and she's like, no, wait, I actually might have felt something. Like, maybe emotions are good, man. And,
he gave her the fucking ultimatum. That's crazy.
Yeah. And so, yeah. She gets joined into the harem. So he's got 4 girls now. We got 4. Episode 6. This was the last one I watched in, like, the group call, except from 7 where I watched it with Gavin. This one was really good. They did a pool episode, man. They did a pool episode. I don't really remember the context, but my notes say he's having a boob squeeze off. So, this show is
fiction.
Like, this show is
To
like
be expected.
Simultaneously really horny and really not horny. The art style is like kind of childish in a way that like doesn't really throw off your radars, but like, and they don't really show more than like cleavage, really. But the way they talk about stuff and the way they do fan service like is really upfront about it. So it's kind of like in between. I don't know. It's very weird.
What? That show's weird?
Yeah, if you could believe it.
Unheard of.
In the whole episode, the blonde tsundere girl, she won't get into the pool. And she like just hides the whole time like with a towel and covers her body. In my notes, I said personally guessing insecure or Scar or something. I I said that in the chat, and it was just me, Gavin, and Shaylee watching at this point, and Shaylee was like, no, you're being fucking dumb. Like, obviously, it's way more than that. Like, they're gonna have, like, a whole backstory or something. At the end of the episode, she's just like, my boobs are smaller than their boobs, so I feel bad. And he's like, no, you're good, man. And they get over it. Gavin, I have to include this quote. Gavin said some really funny shit one time when... it was like a group scene and they were all feeling bad or something, and he made them all feel good and they were all happy about it or something like that. And Gavin said, and I quote, "You're all my kittens. You're all getting nitro. Check under your chairs." I was fucking crying laughing, man.
Is Rentaro the Oprah of girlfriends? Many people are saying this.
Check under your chairs, man. Check under your chairs. Also in episode 6, you know, since it's a pool/beach episode, we have to do the trope where some random guys hit on them while they're separated, right? They're like, "Hey girl, why don't you come with us and have a party?" Like, you know, specifically one of the 3 guys is like, we get like a flashback with him, and he's just like, I haven't felt boobs and I really want to feel boobs. Like, it's so freaking sad, man. And
that's tough,
like,
bro.
There's like a scene where he's in the car on like a road trip with his family, and he's hanging his arm outside the car, and he's like, "They say the wind passing by in your hand feels like boobs, so like this is as good as I get."
Oh my!
And his sister's sitting next to him, and she's like, "I hate him. He should die." It was pretty good, honestly. So it's AI and Hakari, the pink-haired girl, who are like escaped basically and getting harassed by these 3 guys, whereas Rentaro is trying to like help the tsundere girl or something, or he's looking at the same time. There's a couple things going on. There's the tsundere plotline. The lily girl, she's just been abandoned on an island this whole fucking episode. Like, she just got stranded.
I thought they were just at a pool. What do you mean?
But it's like a big pool, and there's like a little, I don't know, like a little artificial island thing in the middle. It's not very big, but she like got ditched on her buoy or whatever, like her floaty, and like her phone died, and she got stuck on the main island, and she's just on the island holding her phone up and going, "Save me, save me, save me," and then her phone dies, and she's just,
that's tough.
She can't talk to anyone, so she's just stranded, you know. At the same time, they're getting harassed, and at the same time, he's trying to make the tsundere girl feel good or whatever. I don't remember how, but somehow he like fucking drowns. I think it's like saving the lily girl or something like that. He fucking drowns, and the tsundere girl sees like the other 2 girls are in trouble, and she's like, "Rentaro, you have to save them," as they're like waiting for a lifeguard to like come and resuscitate him, as he's like genuinely they think he's like might be dead, and he just like instantly flips back up and dashes over there. But the emotional struggle for the 2 girls being harassed is AI. Every time they add a new girl, the new girl is always like, "Well, I'm not as good as the other ones because he's been dating them longer, so I need to know my place." Which is some crazy shit.
The polycule hierarchy shit is rough, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So
it's like seniority in a company. No. You're my senior. I couldn't possibly go against you.
Yeah. But of course, they're all super nice guys, so they don't actually think that, right? But when they're getting harassed, AI is like, "No, Hakari, I will let you escape, and I will deal with them on my own. You are much more important because you have been dating him longer." And she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" So she steps in and tells them off or whatever, and she's like about to get groped or whatever, and Rentaro like pulls up and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here! I hate you all." He like spurgs out and scares them away basically.
Goat.
It's pretty epic. I also so that's pretty much the end of the episode. Everything gets resolved and whatnot. I said, and I quote, "They have a really cringe hug. Maybe the most cringe the lovey-dovey has gotten." So that's episode 6. Up to this point, pretty funny show. Pretty good, like, cringe watch, right? Like, it's a fun time. The bits are pretty fast. Sometimes they're even funny. But, like, how unexpected everything is, like, it was a pretty good watch up to this point. Episode 7. We meet this creature. Her name is Kusuri Yakuzan. Do any of you know what Kusuri means?
do not.
It's like drug or medicine. Guess what she really likes making?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, great. Her last name, Yakuzan, literally translates to medicinal cooking. Good.
Ah.
They had to think of 100 names, man. I guess they just started looking in the dictionary.
Yeah. I'm also seeing Kasuri's birthday is on April 18th. This was declared Invention Day in Japan. She's a scientist, and she's a loli. She looks really heinous.
Definitely the worst looking one you've shown us
by
so
far.
far.
So this was the episode that broke Gavin and I. This episode feels 7 hours long. And, like, every character is just an amalgamation of tropes, right? Like, pink-haired Hakari is just the one with the big boobs, the horny one, the really open one. Blonde-haired tsundere, who is also, like, the tough one who beats him up kind of thing, you know? The loli is the quiet loli who likes books and, whatever. She's, like, the smart, cool one.
Whatever.
Yeah. She's like the smart, cool one who's really logical and really pretty. I don't know. Every single bad harem trope you can think of, that's what this one is. So not only is she the loli, right? I really don't want to describe it, but the plot of the episode.
You don't have to, man. You don't have to.
No, I do.
No, you don't.
My notes say horribly unfunny. She basically gives him a bunch of random potions when they meet, and they just have funny, happy, do dumb shit time with the potions. She makes him drink a magnetism potion, then drinks the opposite one, and it clings them together. That's very funny. Oh, but dang it, we're clung together, and she really has to pee. I told you the worst tropes.
Why do they gotta do this in every... What is it with authors and pissing, man? I don't get it.
They really like it, man. They really like it.
This one chapter sold like crazy. You have to understand.
But luckily, the resolution to the really has to pee part, she wears a diaper, don't worry.
Oh, what?
And she just pisses right there.
That was not the answer I expected.
Yeah, it's really bad.
No.
Yeah, it's really bad. She gives him a love potion, and he's like, "No, I have to throw this up because you need to accept my real feelings. Like, you don't need a potion." I put, I'm just done with this episode already. I don't have that many notes for it, but it's just like so many horrible bits in a row. Like, you cannot imagine. Here's the other bit with her. Did you know she's actually 1 year older than him? Actually, 2. Holy shit, she's 18.
Yeah, she's 18.
This is because she's only like a loli because she fucked up making an immortality potion. And if she takes a potion that reverses it for an hour, she gets really tall and has big boobs. Are you laughing yet?
No, I don't get the, like, oh, the lolly character has to be older and something fucked up to make them look like that.
A justification, man.
Yeah, like, we don't... There are 16-year-olds in the show that
Yeah,
have
also
fat
true.
tits, probably.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, what's the difference between the 18-year-old that looks younger and the 16-year-old with fat tits?
I don't think they care about whether or not it's a lawyer. I think it's just one more trope box to tick off for them, like the girl who has, like, reversing age kind of thing.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
I feel like there's always a reason that the lolly character looks like a lolly character.
Right, yeah. I mean, there isn't for Shizuka. She's just a loli.
She's just small.
Yeah. Most of the episodes that introduce one of the new girls have, like, the first episode where they get acquainted and realize they love each other or whatever, and the second episode where they have, like, a big problem thing and they deal with it or whatever. The big problem thing is the two-parter for this. At the end of the episode, she meets all the other girls and they get along well or whatever. She accidentally messes up the drinks. She meant to drug Rentaro, but she accidentally drugged all the other girls because they took the wrong cups. Because she's just, like, stupid. She's just really stupid. She was like, she goes to go to the bathroom, and she's like, "Okay, but guys, make sure you guys drink, like, the one that's, like, for your guys's and not the one that's for him. Haha. This could possibly mean nothing." They're like, "Okay." And so they have, like, one cup that's... They're, like, red and blue. I forget which one's which. They have one really big cup that is one color, and then there's 4 other cups that are a different color. And so they're like, "Oh, well, obviously, like, the 4 cups is like each of ours, and then he gets the different one or whatever. And she's like, no, I put all of your guys in the same cup. The 4 cups were for him. Duh. Like just literally 0 IQ shit. And see the cups, the drug. What it does is it removes your like logic or whatever and makes you only want to kiss. So all the other girls become kiss zombies.
God.
It's really funny. So the rest of the episode is like, she's like, oh, and by the way, if we don't reverse them in an hour, they'll stay like that forever. So they have to escape from them and make like the vaccine or whatever. And they make like 100 different like horror movie references during this time. He says Resident Hazard like 17 fucking times. This isn't Resident Hazard. What? This is just like Resident Hazard. This. Oh no, it's just like Resident Hazard. One of the girls busts her face through like the door, and she goes, like the like the here's Johnny kind of thing. Except she just says kissy kiss. It's really good. It's really sick. Ever since the blonde one and the big boob pink haired one kiss, by the way, there's like an ongoing like semi like joke plot line of like that they actually love each other also. So he gets away from all of them individually in different ways. The way he gets the blonde and the pink one to get away is he latches them onto each other and they just start making out with each other instead. Meanwhile, the robot girl, she's the smart one, so she's just spawn camping the fucking lab. And so they're like, what do we do? And she's like, okay, we're both hiding right next to the lab. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my potion. They haven't seen me aged up yet, so I'm just going to walk right past her and she won't know it's me. Well, it's more vaguely worded than that. It's like, she's like, I have one reversing potion, which reverses any of the potions. And he's like, oh, okay, so we'll use it to give it to her, and then she'll stop, and then we'll get it for free. And she's like, oh, no, I already drank it. I thought we were going to do this plan. And he's like, oh, okay, that's just wrong. And she's like, yeah, that was kind of dumb of me. They basically fuck up the plan, and she realizes who it is anyways, and then he gets caught by the robot bitch. Oh, by the way, the way he escapes the other lily, the blue-haired one, he just hangs her on a coat rack. Like, he just sticks her there. And she's like, yeah, it's pretty epic.
Happened to Cole a lot, too, so.
Yeah, kind of brings up bad memories, but... so he gets caught by the AI girl. Meanwhile, Kusuri is all tied up and can't go make the drug or whatever. But Rentaro's like, actually, this was part of my plan. Oh, by the way, also here they do like a fake end credits thing. It's like supposed to, I don't know if it's like a specific movie reference, but it's like a definite, like it cuts the end credits and it's all like fuzzy or whatever, and he's just getting made out with and like can't move the whole time or whatever, like as if they're lost or something. But he's like, this was part of my plan. See, she's tied up now, but when she turns back into lily form, she'll slip through the ropes and she can go make the drug. And so that's what happens, and they fix everybody or whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah, those 2 episodes are really hard to watch, man. It's like actually crazy.
Oh, yeah. I thought you enjoyed them from the way you described them. So.
No, yeah, they were really good. I really liked it. So here's where I was talking about in my notes. The show is like really mixed bag of like, you kind of want to praise it because the production quality is really high, honestly. And like there's a lot of effort into adapting like the real random memes or whatever. Like they go really hard on it and they all look really good. But at the same time, it's complete fucking slop. Like it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. Putting the tropes in at rapid light speed doesn't make them any less garbage. It's not even really a wink and a nod so much as just doing it unironically on loop. It's just really fucking annoying. The last couple episodes, they all have like a group thing. They fight, they do like a bouquet toss thing or whatever, and they have to fight like the Gorilla Syndicate, which is a bunch of buff biker chicks, to get it because they want it. They win, and one of the girls gets to like take a
Gorilla Syndicate.
Yeah, they win it or whatever, and one of the girls gets to take a picture with Rentaro in like a wedding dress and whatnot, and they have all the other girls in the picture too and whatnot, so it's like a good moment. But then Hikari's like, Rentaro, I need you to break up with me, and the episode ends. Are you guys like freaking out, or is it just me?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, no.
Please tell me what happens next. Tell me it's not true.
Here's the explanation. She's from a rich family, and her mother found out she's dating all of them at once. and so her mom's gonna move her away to a boarding school. So
She just doesn't know how good of a boyfriend Red Taro
yeah,
is.
that's
man.
the
Come
problem,
on.
really. Like, that's really the problem.
He's just such a nice guy.
During this stretch, also, like, they're all like, "Why is Hikari going along with it? We should just escape or something." And Hikari's like, "I have to obey," because when she talks to the mom's like, "And you know, I can easily get rid of him if you don't obey me." Like, it's real life. You can't just kill someone. What? Like, she's like, "I'll put him somewhere where no one will ever see him again." Unlikely. I don't know. Like, oh my god, it's so stupid. So like, she obeys him for a while. They break in and try and escape with her and whatnot. I also put in my notes, this show got me feeling like Jamal-kun. Have you guys seen that meme?
It's like, what?
Hold on.
The hell did you just say?
You guys haven't seen this Persona meme?
Oh wait, is it the one I think of? Oh yeah,
this one.
Why does it have you feeling like that?
Because the whole show is just like, "Oh my gosh, you're the best. We all love you so much." It's
got the
heinous.
Atlas shirt with the sweat stains and
Oh
everything.
yeah, you know it, man. So the last couple episodes are like they try and break her out and escape with her. It's really hard because they have like a high security thing or whatnot. There's a bunch of bits I'm tired of describing. They have like a laser. They go in one area and there's a stupid cat that follows them everywhere, and the cat trips off the sensor and they barely like get away before the guards get there and hide. And so like, okay, there's a laser sensor we can't see. So they make him drink like a potion that blinds him to everything but the lasers. And the joke is there's a million fucking lasers, and then he says this.
Oh my.
Tom Cruise demo impossible da. That's what he says.
This you got the screenshots ready. It's like a slideshow.
I do, man. There's even budget.
Should I be
spy
taking
movie
notes?
music.
Is this gonna be in a test? Or...
Oh, you fucking know it, buddy.
Ah, shit.
And then but eventually they get caught, and him and the tsundere chick go to talk with their mom. This is where she's like, "What the fuck's wrong with your eyes?" And he says this.
Cole sent me this one.
What the hell?
So, Brayden, this is a Tsukihime reference because they're called the Mystic Eyes of Death Perception.
Okay.
Yep, it's so freaking epic, dude. Holy shit. They get caught, and the mom explains that she doesn't want Hikari to have a lover because she lost her lover young because he had like a terminal illness and died at 13 years old. And you might be thinking, wait, they had a kid and she was 13? She was 13 and she had herself artificially inseminated because she knew he was going to die.
That's insane.
Yeah, so she's like 29 or something. Now, guys, what do you think happens here? What do you think is the resolution to this?
Oh, gee, I don't know. I mean,
No.
it's been a while since there's been a
Don't.
new girlfriend.
So
right?
they talk
Don't
for a
say it.
while, and then his potion finally wears off, and he's like, "Oh, finally, I'm not blind anymore." And they lock eyes. They're soulmates, Braediac. They're soulmates.
No.
But she's still principled, and she's not gonna like let him do whatever, anyways. So she gets a lie detector that perfectly works. And I was like, "Oh my god, I have to sit through this fucking lie detector bit. It's so annoying." To prove it works, she asked the blonde chick, Karane, I think, a bunch of stupid questions, like, "What is your cup size?" And she's like, "B, almost a C." And it's like, "Nope, you're lying. Haha, funny, get it?" Because she has small boobs. But it was actually kind of a funny scene because when you get to him and you're like, "Oh my god, we're still doing this fucking bit," it just has like a PSA little thing and it says, "Since the scene went exactly how viewers expected, we will show an abridged version." and then he just does a bunch of cliche movie lines like in the rain and shit. Like, and I was like, "Wait, this is kind of funny actually." And she's like, "How can it be? He wasn't lying. How can this be?" But then they get interrupted. Hikari has decided that no matter what, she will be a burden on Rentaro and the other girls because she can't get away from her mom. So she's going to kill herself.
It's the only lie. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna
what
die
else
anyway if she's not with her soulmate. So
yeah, like,
I
what
follow.
What are you gonna do? So she's sitting on the edge of a windowsill or whatever, like 3 stories up. This is another scene you could probably know instantly exactly what is going to happen. What's your guess, Justin? What do you think is going to happen? Is he going to talk her down for a minute, or what's going to go on?
Well, all right. So let me get in the 100 girlfriend mindset. I'm Rentaro. What's his name? Ijo
Rentaro, yeah.
He's gonna be like, no, don't jump, and then he's gonna go try to stop her, and then they're gonna fall.
Close. He talks her down, but oh no, the adrenaline's wearing off. I'm so scared, and she falls.
Okay, I was close. Come on.
Yeah,
God,
pretty
that's
much the
worse.
So what he does, and this happens, by the way, the instant the mom and Karane, who has been holding her off the whole time with her judo moves.
A little footnote.
A fellow practitioner of the martial arts.
Yeah. So she's been holding her off the whole time. They finally both get there right as she accidentally jumps. And so Rentaro, he's holding her for a while, and nobody gets to him in time to like stop him from falling with her. So he jumps down with her, and he kicks off the wall, and they land in the giant pond in the middle of the yard and live. And at which point,
Tonoshiki move.
Yeah, he had the eyes of wall perception. So they both live, and his mom's like, "You really meant it. You would die for her. It's so true, man. And also, will you date me?" So she gets added to the harem.
That's a real moral quandary, isn't it?
And you know, they spoiled it in the beginning of the episode. They said that there's a special ED for this episode, and there was. This ending theme is like dedicated. It's a really, really high effort, like Alice in Wonderland sequence where the mother is the focus as the new girl. Yeah, man. And so the last episode is just them like fucking around and whatnot. There's a bunch of different like little bits or whatever. The first half's a bit is he's in the bath and they're all trying to peek on him, except for Shizuka, because she's a nice little loli, and she's like clicking her little stupid shit on her book, being like, "Doth thou not have shame? Like, you will disappoint thine lord." And so what they do is they roll her up into a futon and kick her away. And so she's on a side quest, like trying to fucking Katamari Damacy fucking roll her way to him to like warn him, while all the other girls are trying to sneak up on him. It's a good time. So of course the resolution, as I expected immediately, was she accidentally gets pushed down the stairs, rolls all the way into the bath with him, and accidentally sees his dick. Oh no! Yeah. And then the second half of the last episode is like resolving the mom's issues, right? And the mom's issues being she really basically hasn't, like, she loves Rentaro, but she also equally still loves her dead former husband or whatever. And
at 13 years old.
Yeah, you know, it's been like 16 years, but like, you know, it's just tough, man. And he's like, "It's still meaningful to love someone else. Who said you have to love one person?" kind of thing. And then he sees the ghost dad in the hallway, and they hash it out. And he's like, "Thank you for protecting them." And then he reassures him so well that he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm passing on. Oh shit, wait, I didn't want to pass on yet." And he's gone. Yeah. And then the show ends on the first day of school of like after summer or something like that. And they find out her mom, being rich, bought the whole school. Oh my gosh. And he's running through the hallways and whatnot, and it hints at a bunch of the girls for next season. Yep, that's the show.
Isn't the second season airing this season?
The second season is airing. I have not started.
Yeah.
I will not be watching it.
What the fuck?
I know.
You gotta keep up.
I'll also say the ending theme is pretty good. It's very cute and just like chill. The opening kind of sucks, but like it's kind of funny. There's a bit at the end where he like eats all the food they make for him, and because there's 5 girls, he gets mega fat, and it looks very funny.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you guys took notes, right? We're gonna do the quiz now.
Oh
Yep.
shit!
I'm ready.
Justin, can I peek off yours?
No.
Oh wait,
Were you not? You're a special guest, man. You better be paying attention.
I'm paying attention. I don't know if I got quiz.
I have more screenshots I just found. So we've got the please break up with me, right? Dramatic cliffhanger. We've got after he saved them all from being zombies, and he says something nice, and they all squish in their panties about it. So this one I know for sure they added in post, because she just says he's such an ikemen, which ikemen is just like a generally accepted term for cool guy, right? Like it's not like tied to a specific mean.
Yeah.
But they just felt like adding it clearly. It then smash cuts to her saying this.
What the?
Yeah, it's freaking epic, to be honest.
What a strange show.
Yeah, I've talked for a long time already, but it was.
I was gonna say, I feel like I wasn't even presenting it. I got all the energy sucked out of me hearing about that.
I know.
Shit.
I can't explain enough. Episode 7 killed the fun out of this watch so hard. Like, it was. Like,
okay, but if you think about it, in the
right,
second season, there can't be an episode worse than episode 7.
True. That's probably true.
What score does this show get if episodes 7 and 8 are just gone and that character's destroyed?
It probably goes up a whole point.
Damn.
A 5.
That's impressive for one character to bring an entire point down.
I was debating between only fucking a sixth of the show, right? Like, I was debating between 3 or 4.
Yeah, but only 1/100 of the show in the grand scope, right? So.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
You got to remember all 100 characters.
There are going to be a few misses, they can't all be bangers.
I was debating between 3 or 4, but ultimately I went with 4 because, like, despite it being cringe and slop, like, the pacing is still pretty fast, and, like, the quality of the animation is really good. Like, they went all out for some stupid fucking reason. Like, I don't know why.
I mean, it was pretty, like, an anticipated adaptation, right? Because the manga is pretty popular.
Yeah, the manga's popular, yeah.
So I'm sure they had the fundulars for that shit.
Yeah, they went hard, man. They went hard. Yeah, I said this to multiple people, but episode 7, it was literally like watching a Gamers episode where it's just like every bit in a row hurts.
Worthless episode. Yeah, I would know what it's like to watch a fucking Gamers episode, you dickhead.
Yep. I felt sympathetic. You know, like, you ever have one of those bad days where you're like, man, I should apologize to one of my friends. It was kind of like that.
Yeah,
like, man, what did I do to Justin, man?
You get to watch If Her Flag Breaks, fucking Matrix shit, and I had to watch Gamers. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Peak. Look, man, we gave each other a show. That's not my fault. You ditched out on Peak.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Hey, Joe.
Finish your shows, Justin. What the hell?
Yeah, man.
Finish don't you start with me.
Okay, what's next? Are we on solo leveling? Or are we on Accel World?
I don't know.
We can do Accel World.
Okay, Accel World. Okay.
Because I don't have that much to talk about with solo leveling.
So. I do have Accel World notes, but not that many.
So,
man, I have some sick shit. Okay, sorry, continue.
I think I asked Cole for a bad show to watch probably over a year ago at this point.
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. And I like trash. Trash shows, real fun. But like harem, trashy shows, big fan.
I think
you should check out 100 Girlfriends, man.
Yeah,
right
I might have to peep, honestly.
I think I really picked out a good one with Accel World. I think this is perfect in the spirit of the podcast.
Yeah, so like, I can watch bad shows.
Can you?
They're fun, like turn your brain off type shit most of the time.
Oh, I can watch some fucking garbage.
Accel World was not a fun watch on my first one. It wasn't better on the second watch through, where I sped through it even more.
When did this shit come out? This is like, early 2010s.
Yeah, my first exposure to this was Cole had an Accel World poster in his dorm room.
I do.
At USD.
I do, in fact. I went to a con.
I realized the biggest fan was with us in the call right
now. So, I went to a convention in like 2015 or 2014 or something. So I'm still a fucking child. I watched a show like not that long after it aired. And I did like this show when it came out because I was like, holy shit, they have video game avatars that their powers like reflect like their personalities and shit. Could you tell I hadn't seen JoJo Part 3 yet?
Cole really likes this show. He just recommended it because then Brain didn't like it. He's like, haha, it's the Bad Show podcast.
No, I don't like the show, but I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it a decent bit at the time. I'm trying to find the exact poster I have on my fucking wall.
I could see how, like, 2014, you were probably, like 16 at the time or some shit?
Yeah, I was young as fuck.
Yeah, so, like, I could see how teenager you would like this show. Because I think, conceptually, I think it works.
It has some cool stuff. I don't even go so far as to say, once we get to some of the plot lines, I think some stuff in this show works.
I do agree. I think like I wish they just built on the plot lines that actually fucking mattered in this show.
Correct. I'm trying. I really don't want to come across porn.
Yeah, you're gonna find porn of these middle school characters if you keep scrolling. You gotta be careful. You're getting dangerously close already.
Okay. Well, either way, it's just a giant poster of Kuroyuki Hime, and then it's got her like fucking stand holding her or whatever. Yeah. I've had this since I went to a convention in like 2014. So like,
So Justin has little knowledge of this show. So
I don't know nothing. I've seen the main guy, and I say, why he look like that?
Yeah,
that's all I know.
So I think the art style for this show is generally solid. I think it's fine.
Overall, it's fine. The main character looks like shit, but
the main
it's, like,
character just looks really bad, but that's like the point.
Yeah.
This is the world where like Elon Musk Neuralink is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So all your technology is just in your brain, basically, and you're moving things with your hands on this digital screen. The main character, Haru Yuki. They just call him Haru for the most of the show.
It's Haruyuki Arita.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Haru for like the entirety of this because that's what
Pig Boy.
Pig Boy. Yeah, he's Pig Boy.
I like how he's fat and he feels really bad about it, but also made his in-game avatar.
Yeah, that's my first. That's my first note here is that he gets bullied in like the real world. Like the first 2 minutes, he gets a message from some dude like, "Bring me these snacks at lunchtime, or else I'm gonna beat the shit out of you."
Yeah,
and
middle school shit is tough, man.
So like he gets beat up because he couldn't get everything.
I'm thinking of the fucking meme. I'm in middle school. Every day's a battlefield or whatever. It's like that, man. It's like that.
But so he gets bullied for this, and then he like locks himself in the bathroom, and he boots up this like virtual world that everyone has access to because it's just through like their school Wi-Fi network. Everyone can see each other, and he boots in, and he's actually just a little pig, and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. I wonder if like maybe it's just like a default thing or whatever. And then like a minute into it, it is very obviously explained that you get to create your own avatar for this world.
No, he just really identifies with being a little pig.
Yeah, like you don't have to make it yourself. But he's just like, I'm going to be a little pig boy.
Why is your avatar a balding middle-aged man whale?
Okay, hold on. We're missing out on greater context for this. Now, Justin, you've heard of Sword Art Online before?
This is the same guy, right?
This is the same writer, Reki Kawahara. Specifically, he wrote this a good bit later than Sword Art Online, but this is the series that the novels got popular for. This show or this novel series getting popular is the only reason they ever adapted Sword Art Online into a TV show. Which then blew up 17,000 times harder.
Yeah, this show only got like one season, an OVA, and I think like a recap.
It's apparently like mostly recap, but yeah, I only discovered it because of this. It's like recap and then like a little side story or whatever. I would also, we've got to go on the meta level here. It is heavily implied that Kirito is the creator of this Neuralink technology, and it is heavily implied that Kuroyuki Hime is Kirito's daughter.
Oh, brother. No matter where I go, I can't escape this shit.
This is not explained in the anime.
No, it's just heavily implied. She has, like, fucking Starburst stream like Kirito does, though. And, like, so Accel World, the newer seasons of, like, Sword Art Online stuff are based off of chapters of the novel that he wrote after Accel World, and notably, as soon as the chapters start coming out after Accel World, Kirito suddenly has a really big interest in VR technology and creating new systems, basically retconning him into making the world of Accel World like 20 years later. So it's crazy shit, man.
I didn't realize you were so in the know on your fucking Sword Art Online or
man. I'm a fucking expert, man.
He's got it on lock. So
this podcast would be a lot different under my management. Continue on.
In this virtual world, you meet Kuroyuki Hime, who's the vice president of like the student council, and she's like omega popular character. Everyone loves her. That's like her thing. That's really like her main attachment in the beginning.
Occupation Black King.
Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Wait, Braediac, 14 to 15. She might even be 15, man.
Oh yeah, they start.
Don't sound too excited.
They do start
Sorry.
in middle school in like their second year, and then I think in the
Yeah.
second half of the season they're in their third year or some shit.
Something like that.
Yeah. So little pig boy Haru is really good
Oink,
at.
oink.
He's really good at squash in this virtual world, and he holds like every
Yeah.
leaderboard spot.
What the
And
fuck is squash? Like the
It's like he's just hitting the
fruit?
ball against a wall, and it gets faster.
It's like
and
tennis
faster.
against the wall.
Yeah,
Oh.
it just keeps getting progressively faster in these levels, and he does like all 5 of the top spots. Like
Yeah, he's like, this is the only thing I'm good at. The real world, it doesn't matter. This is my one place where I'm untouchable. Who needs it?
4'4".
Yeah,
that
he's-
is trash.
he's a little
Look
pig
at him.
boy.
And is overweight. It's in his bio, man.
It is in his bio, but him being so good at this game catches the attention of the student council vice president Hime, and she invites him to sit with her at lunch, which like she's super popular. He's the little pig boy, so everyone's staring and
So I'm like,
watching.
saying
what? What are
Everyone's
they
like,
doing?
no, oh my god, he's in the upperclassman area and he's sitting with her? What's happening? And then she whips out the direct link cable, which is very implied. Like, I think they say it just outright. That it is like the direct connection that you really only use with your significant others and partners.
It basically lets you share your thoughts with them the
Yeah,
entire
you can
time.
share your
Like,
thoughts
you can,
with one another without
You can say
any-
anything. You can play any weird thing together. So it's like, you know, they use it for fucking, apparently.
Yeah, it is almost used as the if these two characters have it plugged in, they're fucking.
Yeah.
It's used like that a couple times.
Or dating, at least. Apparently.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Um,
Braden,
so-
I love that you say, they even say it outright. They say every fucking episode, I don't know if I can blink with you. Like, that's so, you know, that's for couples, right? Like, this is in public.
And they only do
every
that for
single-
like 2 or 3 of the
Braediac,
times they
I've seen at
actually
least,
use it.
I've seen at least 5. For
I swear,
sure.
it's only
in
like the first
10
couple.
episodes.
Yeah, it's only like the first couple times they link. After the first
Only the first couple times those two link. What about when he links with fucking Chiyu in the bed and he says
Hey,
7 times?
spoilers.
Wait. What about when he meets the one random girl in the cafe to boost his points up, and he's like, "What are you doing? We're in public. Like you can't link cable."
All right,
I would also like to note, every single time this happens, everyone in the crowd of this busy season, like this busy city, like turns and looks like, what the fuck are they doing? What? Like, as if this wouldn't be extremely commonplace, like nobody would bat an eye over it. Like,
This
Well, it's because
Pokemon Emerald trading shit got kind of serious.
It's just because he's a little pig boy and she's the
Stop
cute-
saying that.
He is. That's
He
what
is.
he is. He just
He
is
is.
the pig
he's
boy.
rotund. Hold on, I'm looking
You
up.
need a full image of him.
My fucking mic is blocking my keyboard. Hold on.
There he is.
Look at him.
What is the second one?
That's one of his friends.
That's his friend Taku.
That's Taku. Yeah.
Uh,
He's just a little pig boy. Like this is what he. This isn't chibi. This is what he looks like.
Yeah, that is his genuine character design.
this
in
is
the show.
peak male performance.
This is his little piggy.
But anyway, back to synopsis. So Hime invites Haru into what they call Brain Burst. It's this program that you have to know somebody to get into.
Burst ankle.
And so when you download this program and you run it, if you say burst link out loud, you have to say it out loud. It's a requirement, and they use that many times to catch people later in the show. It lets you see the real world in a slowed down state, where like 1 full second in the real world is like 16 minutes in this accelerated world.
Indeed. It's
Like
a fucking
the-
cheat code.
Like the
Like the yeah.
oh shit.
Now the catch is that while you're in this accelerated state, you can't alter anything you see. You can't touch anything.
yeah, you can't move or
physically.
anything.
You only can like react and plan what happens when you decide.
But
to
you
go
can
back.
walk around and see everything. When you're in this
Yeah.
when you're in the accelerated world, the entire world is like fucking 1984. So there's cameras like in every spot in
Yeah.
public everywhere. So when you're in Accel World, you can walk around with your avatar in all the camera spots. You can see everything that's going on and react perfectly. But you can't move or anything.
Yeah. So this is like a broken superpower you have access to.
Correct.
The drawback is that you have a limit of how often you can do it. They call them burst points, where
Oh, I played that game.
yeah, he learns when he just steps out into the world on like the global Wi-Fi network. He gets summoned into this fighting game arena basically, and some dude on a bike, who might be the best part of the show, just
flipping off the camera the whole
He's
time.
flipping off the camera. He's going, very lucky for me, very unlucky for you.
Ginkaraki! You are Terra Unlucky!
Yeah, shit like that. He constantly, and he just beats the shit out of Haru. And he has like this new avatar in game where he's just like a kind of tall,
Silver Crow.
super slim silver character named Silver Crow. Yeah, Cole's pulling up an image now. That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
That's like his base form.
Yeah.
And that's what he looks like now in this new world, because everyone's anonymous. You can't know who anyone is.
Yep. And he's a metal color, which is kind of rare. You get different
Yeah.
randomly assigned attributes based on your color. Metal colors are special. They have like metal effects. They conduct electricity. So like you're weak to electricity. You're weak to like corrosion, like burning stuff. You're weak to some other random shit. Like blunt attacks are usually pretty good. That one doesn't really make so much sense, but like elemental shit for the most part, except for like fire or something. Or no, fire you're good against. Like all the elements, like you're immune to poison. You're immune to most fire, shit like that.
It's like
You know.
just electricity. That's like your
It's like
one.
it's
big
like a
drawback.
it's like a cheater color. A little bit.
Yeah, it's a very rare one that only the most powerful ones can get. And so when he loses this fight, he loses burst points. So the only way you can gain burst points is you have to go into this global network of people,
And
fight
matchmake.
people, and win. If you matchmake with someone, they are automatically accepted into the fight. So people
You can't
just,
like reject duels or anything. You get challenged, you have to fucking fight.
yeah,
Like,
you
don't-
have to fight. You have no other.
It can
option.
end in like a draw. Like you can both like quit out or whatever.
There is a
but,
timer. There's a timer.
and there's also a timer. Correct.
So
I'll also say in terms of scale here, you start with 100, and
Yes.
you only get them. There's actually like hunting NPCs you can do to get points, but it's like you have to do like a raid boss and you get like 10 points.
yeah, they do
like,
explain
it's-
that later on.
They don't
But
do it
there's,
very
like,
often.
Yeah, it doesn't get you a lot, but it's like a way to do it without fighting. And it's explained that if you reach 0 burst points by losing fights, you are just automatically kicked off of this brain burst program, and you're never allowed back in. And that's
Uninstalls that shit.
yeah, it uninstalls it from your brain. You cannot even like just change your device. It's linked to your brainwave, like it's an IP
Yup.
address.
Yep, you're fucked.
And that's the stakes of the show, which I personally dislike a lot. That's the big stakes. I've talked with Cole about this a lot when I first watched it, where it's like the entire premise of the
Oh
show.
man, guess I can't play
Yeah,
anymore.
the entire
Yeah.
premise of the show is like, oh, I have this super cool cheat skill in the real world. But if I run out of burst points, I just have to go back to normal life.
Yeah.
That's all the stakes.
Yeah, on one hand, it's like, oh, the stakes aren't that high, but all of the burst linkers are all like, dude, but you're like addicted to this fucking broken power, like you can't go back, kind of thing.
Yeah, which I'll touch on that later. 'Cause
There's
a big
more
thing.
stakes later on. We find.
Yeah,
out.
I think they try to make this sound more consequential than I think it actually is, but at least they build on it in a way that I'm like, okay, this makes
Yeah.
sense. How
At
they,
some point, you're like, oh, okay, wait, this shit's kind of for real.
yeah, like if
Wait,
they're
you rated,
if,
I just realized you rated 100 Girlfriends higher than Accel World. Come on.
I also gave this show a 3, so
I want. I think I would give this show a 4. I think.
really.
Ooh.
I think it's one of those things where I think on average the show is worse, but there's one or two moments I like just enough that I still think about them, and it's like that's worth like.
There
not
are
having
there
a
are
weird
good
dog
moments
ass
in this show. Yeah. So it is explained by Hime that the world got split up. There's now 6 factions, where the 6 factions are all led by one king, and they're all level 9 burst linkers. Because you start at
Holy
level 1,
shit.
and you level up by winning more fights.
Holy fuck!
So there's 6 leaders, all level 9, and there's a hidden level 10, where if you reach level 10, you're then allowed to meet the creator of the game.
Holy fuck!
That's
And
all
it's
the
gotta
reward
It's gonna
is.
be Kirito. It's gonna be
It's
Kirito.
gonna be Kirito.
It can't not be Kirito.
There's no other reward that is said other than you get to meet the creator and ask them why they do this.
Mhm.
Really. And then it's revealed that there was a seventh faction that Hime was the leader of. It was the Black faction, which is why she's the Black King. Yeah.
It's all coming together.
She had to go into hiding because all the leaders agreed we're just not going to fight each other because if a level 9 kills a level 9, they get automatically uninstalled. They lose all their points.
Yeah, you fucking die.
So they agreed not to fight one another so they could all keep their power in the real world. And then Hime just cuts off the head of the Red King unprompted while they're like in their truce meetings.
Yep. And they're all like, "What the fuck?"
They're like, "No way, you can't do that!" And then she goes into hiding. After.
One of them's the girlfriend of the guy, and she's like freaking out and shit.
She's losing her fucking mind watching this.
It's kind of a bitch-made move, to be honest. So.
It's insane, but like she wants to be level 10.
They all call her the traitorous king. You know, you got to defeat 5 other level 9 players to get to level 10.
Yeah, that is the only requirement to reach level 10. That's the only way to do it. You can't just win other fights.
You have to beat the other 6 deadly sins.
Yes. You have to beat the creator's 6 evil X's. And
archbishops and...
It's only 5.
Okay.
Sorry.
Where am I at in my notes? I got lost talking about this.
24 episodes up, bro.
Yeah, it's 24 episodes. It's a slog.
It's a slog.
Because, like, so, episode, I think it's 4 or 5. I don't remember exactly when. But, so, so the pig boy's, like, main bully, he throws a punch at him where a camera can see, so he gets suspended. So the bully's now suspended because he hit hard. And as revenge, while Haru and Hime are walking down the road, he takes his car, swerves it into them.
This is a middle schooler?
Yes.
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 Huh?
This guy's like fucking 12 feet tall, by the way.
Dude,
let me see if I can find.
I don't know if he'll be on this, but
he'll be there. But
Roller.
might have to scroll. Yeah, there he is.
Araya, yeah, he's like freaking.
He's like fucking. He's like an adult.
Bro, looks like a Yu Yu Hakusho character.
So he swerves his car off the road to try to hit them. So they both go burst link, and then they're just watching this car, or they step out and they see this car in a spot where, even if we go back in, we're just going to get hit by the car. There's no way to escape this.
Mm-hmm.
And then she releases her full physical burst, I think it's called.
Full physical burst?
Yeah, where you can only do it if you're a level 9 burst linker, where you're able to increase your heart rate to a degree that allows you to still move in this accelerated state. But it burns 99% of your total burst points.
And you have to be level 9 to do it.
Yeah, you have to be level 9. So only the kings can do it. So she uses this to push Haru out of the way and take the brunt of the hit of the car.
Yeah.
Why couldn't she also just move?
She didn't have enough time.
She didn't have enough time, man. She had.
It's like a Dragon Ball Z moment where Piccolo had to step in front of Gohan. He couldn't throw him out of the way as well.
Exactly.
So she takes the brunt hit of this car, and you're like, oh my god, she's fucking dead.
Yeah, she gets hit by a fucking. She gets smoked.
She gets absolutely smoked. Everyone's gathering around. She gets taken to a hospital. She's putting like 15 different wires coming out of her, and she's
okay. Hold on. I would like to also touch on this. In these first couple episodes, there's a lot of tension of he's like, I feel like she likes me, but that can't be right. Like, there's no way. And she's like trying to flirt with him really hard during the whole thing.
Oh,
and
right. Yeah.
And so like they're fighting at this time about how she's like basically trying to flirt with him, and he's like trying to give up, and he's trying to be like, no, I'm just a fucking pawn. Like, I'll do whatever you want. I'm sorry for being in your life. You're you're just trying to pretend to be nice to me, kind of thing. And so this is her moment where she's like, no, you don't get it. I actually love you. Like, you have to believe me now. I just fucking died for you. Like,
yeah. They're like their avatars kiss. It's meant to play like as a big moment. The reason
honestly, I think this moment works pretty well.
Yeah, I think it does too.
The sci-fi movement shit is really dumb. Like, oh, okay, like I could believe everything else kind of, but like this is like, okay, now we're moving too. Okay, whatever. Like it's a super Deus Ex Machina bullshit, right?
It does work as a good emotional beat.
But yeah, it's a good. And you know, how many shows is it where like by episode 4, basically you actually have the main couple pretty much together, right? Like,
well, together.
pretty much.
Together, one of them's in hospice care now.
Yeah.
The reason they're fighting leading up to this is that they spotted another burst linker on their school Wi-Fi, even though they're supposed to be the only two. And she's still in hiding. She's trying to figure out who this person is. And she thinks it's Haru's friend, Chiyu.
Yep.
Who is, like, female best friend, known since, like, kindergarten.
Nanajimi.
She's
Childhood
really...
best friend.
She's really suspicious of her immediately. And she,
and you know, they don't like each other because they're each jealous of each other a little bit.
Yeah. There's, like, kind of a love triangle starting to form.
A little bit. I would like to... Okay, hold on. Before we go a little bit further. So he's part of, like, a trio of people. There's him, his friend Taku that we saw in the picture earlier, and there's Chiyu. He's known Chiyu a good bit longer. Where is Taku in, though?
Right below.
Right here. Yeah. It's just a really weird-looking picture.
Yeah.
So these two are actually dating, and he feels like he's kind of a third wheel. It's kind of hard to feel bad for him right away, because he's like, nobody fucking likes me. And it's like, oh, hey, Chio's just like, oh, hey, man, what's up? I hope you're doing well. I made you some food. Like, it's like that. You know the picture of the one where it's like, I went to school. They all hated me. And the guy's like,
yeah,
hey,
it's like,
what's up, man? You
Goop
want to play
from
games?
Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah. But then it's like, oh, wait, they're dating. And it's like, okay, so he feels like a third wheel, kind of, I guess. That's fine. And, like, you know, he's like, no, she doesn't really care about me. She's dating him, kind of thing, right? It works a little bit better, but right away it's like, I feel like she just like, and also the whole time she just acts like she's crushing on him, right? Like, it's so fucking annoying.
It does feel a lot like flirting. So,
yeah.
So they're both kind of jealous of one another because they both want all of his attention, and the other one's trying to, like, not let that happen. And the solution to seeing if Chiyu is the one that tried to hunt her down in the school, Cole's laughing, is she goes, you should direct link with Chiyu using this, like, a cable, so that you can dig through her files and see if you can find the Brain Burst program. And he's like, I don't know if I could do that, because, like, you know, it's intimate or whatever. But he goes along with it. So he goes to her apartment, and he's like, do you have a direct link? I feel like I can only apologize to you through a direct link. Like, I can't say it out loud.
Because he was mean to her, and she offered him a bunch of food when he was feeling bad, and he was like, I don't even want it right now, and slapped it all away, and she was crying about it.
Yeah, so he's like, I can only apologize through the link. I can't say it out loud. Like, I don't have that in me. And she's like, fine, hold on. And she pulls out this link that's only 30 centimeters long, this cable. And she's like...
By the way, the Neuralinks are, like, at your neck, also.
Yeah. They are at your neck. I did not say that. So...
Oh, this is what Cole was talking about.
Yes. So she's like, if you need to apologize...
Put the message on screen.
If you need to apologize, you can link with me with this. And he's like, oh, that's too small. Do you not have a longer one?
Can't see it.
And she's like, nope, that's all I got. And she, like, throws it at him and then lays on her bed.
And she flops on her bed all weirdly.
Yeah, she, like, flops on her bed. He's like, can you not, like, sit up so that we can do this? She goes, no. And so he puts the cable into
What the fuck is your problem?
He puts the cable into his neck and is like, I can't reach your neck with the way you're laying. And his solution is he climbs on top of her and plugs it into her neck. And they're just, like, staring at each other 20 centimeters apart, just staring into each other's eyes. It's very, like, really implied they're gonna fuck.
I wonder if I look it up, it'll pull up the fucking...
Accel World.
Okay, I'm afraid, but I'm gonna type in bed.
you got it.
Yep, here it is.
Yeah, this first picture here, this is what it looks like on the screen.
This is the whole scene.
It's terrifying. It's really uncomfortable to watch.
She just, like, flops on her bed like this. It's like, whatever, do whatever you want. It's like, what?
Yeah, do whatever you want, and then he plugs in
with
this,
the plushies on the bed. Come on, man.
Yeah, at least turn him around.
He's digging through all of her files, and he's, like, spitting out this apology at the same time, and she's, like, crying in the bed while he's doing it.
Yeah, they're having an emotional moment.
And he's like, okay, I think I looked through all her files, and I don't see this brain burst thing in there. And then he finds a back door where someone is able to access her Wi-Fi network remotely to do whatever the hell they want,
Mm-hmm.
which is how they're using her as a pawn to get into the school Wi-Fi network because he doesn't go to that school. Whoever this burst linker is that's trying to find.
Mind you, the
eBay.
reason they were suspicious of her is because this person has been challenging Kuruyuki Hime to a bunch of fights. And when you do that, you spawn somewhere and you have an icon that like points to where they are roughly, and that's where they are in real life as well. So she like has been taking notes on all the students that are roughly in the direction every time she gets challenged, and Chiyu is always somewhere in that vicinity, so she assumes it's her. Little did she know, it's a backdoor, and the person's like connecting through her, basically.
Yes. So Hime's in the hospital.
They got proxies through people.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an exploit. It's an exploit.
So-
They didn't know it was a thing.
Hime's in the hospital, unconscious. Haru's like standing on lookout just in case this mysterious person comes and tries to fight her while she's incapacitated and just fucking destroy her in the accelerated world.
Because they're like, oh shit, she just used up all her points and she can't defend herself now.
Yeah. Which I also have a problem with the 99% of their points. If you're level 9, I assume you have a fuck ton of points.
Yeah.
So like even 99% means you probably have a good reserve. But they're just like, no, let's gloss over that.
It's weird because points don't really matter at level 9 anymore because like all the prior levels you level up when you hit X amount of points and you have to spend them for your upgrades.
Yes.
I assume at level 9 you don't get any more upgrades, so you don't really need the points except for using them for Burst Link.
Yes.
So like,
her using all of her points...
Because you just get it by default from killing 5 other level 9s. It doesn't matter how many points you have anymore.
Yeah. It comes across in this moment that like, oh, she used 99% of her points to save me. But then after the episode's over, it just doesn't matter anymore. She's back to just being normal again.
Well, yeah, because nobody can fucking beat her.
Yeah. So while Haru is protecting her in the hospital bed, who walks in but the best friend / Chiyu's boyfriend, Taku. He walks through the door, and he's like, no way, he came to visit and check on me because he heard about what happened to my kinda girlfriend. And then he's like a fucking brain blast moment, and he goes, oh no. And then they both go burst link and start fighting immediately.
Yeah. He's been staying up in the hallway the whole time, looking at the door, because he's like, the only way I can stop them from like killing her in the game and uninstalling her shit is like I have to challenge him to a duel before he can challenge her when he comes in.
So they go burst link, he finds him, and he starts this fight. And these two are fighting, and Taku's a level 4, while Haru is still level 1. So he's just getting his ass beat the fuck out. He landed like 1 hit in this entire thing. He's down to like 1 hit on his HP bar, and he's like in some crater in the ground. And he's having flashbacks.
The Yamcha pose?
Yeah. Not quite. He's like missing an arm, missing a leg. Like he's really fucked up.
Yeah, he's
Not the pig arm.
And he's having
permanent limb damage, man.
Yeah, he's having like flashback moments of like, oh, Hime believed in me and said I could really be special in this world. And then by the will of God, he sprouts wings. And
Indeed.
so he gets these big magical wings and he flies out of the crater. And everyone that's watching this fight is looking at him going, whoa, what the fuck? Someone can do that? Because he's the first person ever in this accelerated world to be able to fly.
Like, specifically, like, full sustain fly. There's been, like, some hovers and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
there's
some
like
big
a
jumps.
there's like a jetpack type thing that gets introduced later
but
in the
he
show.
can fucking fly.
He has actual wings that he can flap around and fly with, which has never been seen before in this world.
And he's a metal name.
Yeah, so he's like,
He's
he's
broken.
extra special. So, because he has wings...
Which
he's
is
like,
justified through this really, like, cringy, like, I just want to escape, looks up, reaches at the bird.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kind of cringy. So, he now
Based
is,
off his personality, you know?
he's now winning the fight because he gets to just fly really fast with a
He
really
just gets to
strong
fucking
kick
cheat.
attack. And then he gets to, like, pick them up in the air
Dive
and just drop
kick.
them type... Yeah, I think they actually call it a dive kick.
He just does, like, it's just like the fucking gunbuster or die buster, whatever the fuck it is, the Inazuma drop kick, whatever, that everyone always references. It's just that, like, 1,700 times in a row.
Yeah, so he wins this fight, but he spares Taku, kind of, and
Yeah, he lifts him up super high in the air, and he's like, I'm gonna drop you, it's over. And he's like, wait, if you kill me, I'll lose, I'll uninstall the game, like, I don't have enough points.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fuck, I will spare you."
So he spares him, he forgives him, and he's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I did that to my friend. I'm just like the worst thing in the world, and I'm a disgrace to my legion of blue people," because he's a cyan something.
Cyan Pile.
Yeah, Pile. And his main attack is he has a piston arm.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It is kind of sick.
Taku is kind of an interesting character in that, like, we always see him as, like, this big overdog. Like, he goes to a different school because he's, like, smarter than them. And he just won, like, this national or, like, regional kendo tournament or something in his first year. And it's, like, once you see him in the game, it's, like, he's really desperate for points because he's been spending all his points to get ahead in life like this. And he's afraid of losing his power, of being able to do it and whatnot, and maintain his status and, like, his inferiority complex or whatever. So he's always mad at Haru because he's, like, he feels like he's a burden on him and his relationship with his girlfriend because all she does is go, "Oh, I hope Haru's doing okay. I feel bad for him," all the fucking time. And he's just like, "He's so stupid. I hate you. I hate you."
And then after he loses this fight, he kind of backpedals on that hard where he's like, "I can't believe I was using this to get ahead in life," and starts to feel bad. He's like, I need to get Haru good enough as a burst thinker so that I can uninstall and say I've done good with it."
Yeah.
And he gets
I like the moment when he's holding him in the air, like, whether or not he's going to kill him, and Haru is kind of like, "Hey, man, look, you're always better than me in real life, but I'm better than you in this game. Isn't that fine? We're equals now. Like, we don't have to have fucking inferiority complexes, you know?"
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a cool moment.
It's neat. All the neat moments in this show, for me, get ruined by Haru being the main character.
Yeah.
I just don't find him likable 99% of the time.
Oh, yeah.
So even these, like, moments that should work, I know the character that is saying it, and I don't care.
I'll elaborate on this as we get a little bit further in the recap, because I have a lot of specific issues with him.
Yeah, so let's see. After this, Taku and Hime's back to normal. Hime's fine. They're having, like, a heart-to-heart fight about all this, where he's telling her about how he plans to give up the game after he gets Haru good enough, and she's like, that just makes you, like, the worst type of person. Because think about their feelings and how much they're giving up to forgive. And then
she's like, "You're just overreacting because you're a fucking little narcissist and you just want to feel good about what you did. Like, why not just fucking admit it and live with it and move on?" Like, so.
Meanwhile, they've told Chiyu about this accelerated world, and so she gets mad at them for a bit, but kind of gets forgiven with time. That doesn't really get. It's a lot of.
They buy her ice cream.
Yeah, they buy her ice cream, and she forgives them.
Sorry for backdooring you. My bad.
I like how she's equally mad at both of them. Like, he didn't just, like, really fuck her over, and Haru was just, like, kind of didn't tell her what was happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, my boyfriend's exploiting my fucking neurolinker for a fucking game and fucking up and, like, trying to harm my, like, other best friend in life. And then also my best friend didn't tell me, I guess.
So then the next significant thing that happens, there's kind of a lot of nothing that happens.
There's a big lull. There's, like, a bunch of random plot lines. Like, there's, like, he gets into fighting and he gets a little bit better. He starts tag teaming with Taku and, like, the matchmaking going up points. He gets to level 2, but he gets to level 2, and when you level up, it gives you the option to spend your points to do the level up to get the actual upgrade. And he accidentally doesn't read it and clicks it, so he only has 8 points left now. This is where I will explain. One of the worst things about this show is that Reiki Kawahara doesn't understand how fucking video games work, or what makes someone good at video games. And so, when Kuruyuki Hime is like, "No, Haru, you're incredible. Like, you'll be the best this game's ever seen," because he's faster than everyone else.
His reflexes are just better.
It's not even really his reflexes. Like, he's like, his reaction time isn't good necessarily. Like, he's good at squash, but that's not like reaction time. That's just like he's practiced a lot. He's not actually fast. He's fucking fat. Like, he doesn't move. Like, and he's not like smart. He's not fast in the way he thinks. He's slow as fuck. Case in point, giant warning pop-up goes, "Do you really want to spend all your points?" And he's like, "Ooh, what do you mean?" Click. Like, he just doesn't read. He doesn't read. And so there's a whole episode of like he has to get more points. He meets like a lady who's like a bodyguard thing, and she's like, "I will queue with you, so you don't lose all your points." And then she pretends at the end that she's gonna attack him and take his points, and that's the only reason it would be worth it. And then she's like, "Never mind, I was just joking." Teehee.
So yeah,
Really,
that's like
nothing episodes.
it's
in
a
row.
full episode and a half, and then you never see that character again.
Well, yeah, she
so-
wipes herself from his memory.
Yeah, they like meet
Why?
the cafe.
She's like, I'm too important of a person for you to have met this early.
Yeah, like they meet in a public space, and she leaves like this iPad waiting there, and she's like, the only
God.
thing the payment I need to help you, as I need you to type in your username in the Accel World and take a picture of yourself. That's all your payment, and then I will help you. Just be ready to burst at this time, and we will team together and win. And he goes, okay, and he does that. And then he's like, I gotta use the bathroom before we start.
Oh my God,
And he-
it's so stupid.
He, while walking to the bathroom, trips on a chair, and him and this random girl that was in the chair, they both fall on top of each other. And he does like the anime thing where his hand lands on her boob. Yeah, and he's like, OMG, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. And he like, all the contents of her bag spills out, and he picks up her iPad and sees the picture of himself, and he's like, OMG, you're the bodyguard?
Yeah.
Eh,
It's
Wow.
so stupid. Dude, the anime boob fall thing happens like 4 times in the
I
show.
think I have it listed 3 times. Because I
Yeah,
did go
it's-
back and mark
It's a
all the
lot.
like really weirdly horny moments that
Yeah.
just kind of
What,
felt
for like future reference or what?
you don't they are middle schoolers. Middle schoolers. One of them's an elementary schooler, I think.
Yeah, but are they...
Enough. So after all this shit with the bodyguard where they create stakes, resolve it in one episode, and it's never brought up again as a problem, that kind of is an ongoing thing.
Dude, the next main plotline is so weird. The Chrome Disaster.
Yes. So the armor of catastrophe.
Cyberpunk.
So
Yeah.
Haru comes home one day from school, and there's this like actual child, like 5th grade child, there, and she's like, "I'm your
Awooga, am I right?
no."
But he's like freaking out like
Okay,
that
yeah,
the
he
whole
is.
time.
He is freaking
He's
out
like,
that.
this can't be right. He says, and I quote, "My little sister can't be this cute." He says it. He says the line.
He does say that.
He's like, "Oh fuck, score! What is wrong with him?"
But so she's there, and his mom's out of town for like 3 days, and she's like, "Yeah, one of your family members is staying there for a few days because her mom's also out of town," and so she's posing as his cousin, and she's like, "Oh, I don't really like video games. I don't really like wearing a Neuralink. Like that stuff's not really for me." And he's in the tub. Thinking about all this, and she walks in
Just
wearing
jacking
just
the
a,
shit crazy style.
she walks in wearing nothing but a towel and is like, OMG, can I bathe with you? And he looks at her neck and sees the outline of a Neuralink, which means she lied earlier. She does wear the Neuralink.
He's so smart.
And he's like, she must be a burst linker as well. I don't know where he jumps to that conclusion.
He just pulls that out of
He-
thin air.
it
That's the only
actually-
reason you would because that's the only reason you would hide it, Braediac.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
He's like looking at old family photos
Wait, I'm
and
gonna
is
pull up
like,
the stupid lolly.
this is like, there's no way that's my cousin that's actually here. Like these
She's
photos
really foul.
don't really match up.
Yeah,
And
she's in 5th grade.
so he calls Hime and is like, "Do you know who Scarlet Rain is?" And Hime's like, "Oh, that's the new Red King after I killed the last one."
Oh.
And Scarlet Rain comes back into the bathroom and she's like pissed that she got found
Yeah.
out. And
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
she's like, "I'm gonna kill you," and she slips on a towel on the floor and lands in the tub with him. And he again, hand on chest.
so good.
But then they they fight, and because she's the level 9 Red King, she beats his ass.
Yeah.
Not really a thing. And she's like, so now that you know who I am, I want to meet your leader. I want to meet the Black King. I want to meet Black Lotus is her name. And so he talks with Hime, and they're like, well, I guess we have to see what she wants, because now that she knows who you are, she could ruin your life for this accelerated world shit. Like this shit ain't games.
This shit's serious.
This ain't
shit's
games.
Serious. You don't want to get doxxed in this game. It's real bad.
Oh, it gets real bad in the second half. Don't worry. So, Scarlet Rain. I'm not gonna say her name. I never remember it.
We do gotta speed this up a little bit.
Yeah, I realized
going long.
it's fucking 24 episodes, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot. So they all meet up.
I was like, speed it up. And talk about the fucking girlfriends and their stupid bits.
So they all meet up. It's
That's important, man.
Haru, Hime,
We're running about as long on this one
Scarlet
so far
Rain,
as my whole show.
and Taku. And they're like, and she's like, well, this person who's in the Red Legion, he's like right below me. He got corrupted by this armor of catastrophe, and it lures people in by promising that if you wear this armor piece, I'll make you stronger and I'll help you hunt things down and level you up faster. And so he gets consumed by this armor piece, and I need your help to stop him. So they set up this like huge elaborate plan to find him in the free roam world.
Yeah.
And
if you pay 10 points instead of 1, you can go into this free roam world where you stay there as long as you want until you log out. And there's like a big overworld. You can fight continuously. You can fight monsters or whatever.
Yeah.
You can spend your whole fucking life there, basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
It's still like slowed down in there compared to real world.
Yeah. I
To a
would
lesser
also say the Chrome Disaster Armor, this is the 5th one. It keeps taking hosts. And Kuruyuki Hime was like, no way, we killed it for the end. Like with the 4th one, what the fuck is going on? So they have to go team up and stop it or whatever.
While they're trying to find the guy that's wearing this armor piece, they get ambushed by the Yellow King. Because
Yellow Radio!
That's the Lovecraft guy.
Oh yeah, the king in yellow.
Yellow Radio is like, he's ambushing them, and it's kind of
He's
assumed
a tricky guy.
that him being a trickster, he put this armor of catastrophe on one of the Red Legion members as an excuse so that he could kill the Red King in his quest to level up, but make it be like, I had to! They were gonna corrupt the entire world if I didn't! Type of thing. So he can still come out looking like, I'm still keeping the truce, I just had to do this for our own sake. There's this giant fight scene. They win. Who cares?
They also, during this scene, they also go into the Kuruyuki Hime backstory where she makes the treaty again, or whatnot, and betrays them. And it's like, you get to see the moment in detail. It's a lot cooler. He's like, why do you guys even like her? She's really fucked up. But she's like, but we should be aiming for the top. It doesn't matter. Like, I'll do fucked up things for that. It's kind of interesting, but
that part is a little neat, but it's like 45 seconds out of a full episode. It's a 2-episode fight.
And this fight, of course, has the stupid fucking classic fucking random dumb bullshit anime moment of like one of the big bad guys is here and we beat him, but he just gets away. I guess like oops.
Yeah.
Like,
so Yellow Radio just gets away scot-free. No real downside to it. And they mention it later where it's like, we have no proof that he actually corrupted our guys, so we can't actually go after him.
Brother.
Really. So,
by the way, the yellow color is all trickster people.
Yes.
That's the whole gimmick of the color.
Yeah.
Really trustworthy guy.
He has like his like special ability is all like illusion based.
Silly go round.
Yeah.
Yes.
they showcase that one where it's like his big ability is he turns this crater that they're all in into like a giant merry-go-round where they're all spinning. And then the Red King's like, just close your eyes. We're not actually spinning. It's just an illusion. And that's the solution.
It's a good ability.
I mean, if you're getting cyberbullied, like, just close your eyes, man.
So,
what are you gonna do?
Just walk away from the screen, man.
During this fight, the red guy that got absorbed by the armor piece, he shows up and he starts trying to, like, third-party everyone. So it makes Yellow Radio. He gets away freely, and they're trying to hunt him down. And the Red King's like being kind of timid and hesitant about everything because the person who took over the
he
armor
was a good
piece,
guy, man.
He was a good guy. He's the one that got the Red King into the game.
Oh shit!
Like, and that's like a huge bond piece between people.
Yeah, because you can only get one person into the game.
Yeah.
Per person.
So it's like a huge bonding piece. But now I have to kill him in this game, and that will basically take away his burst power. So they hunt him down, they kill him. She has to like, she's like holding him on the ground, like with his head lifted, and just pops a cap in his head with like what looks like an actual just gun in the game. Um,
Shit
and
is serious, man.
so they all check their inventories and like no one has the armor of catastrophe in their inventory anymore, right? And they all scroll and they're like, nope, none here. We're all good. It's finally gone for real this time. And then as they're entering the exit portal to leave this world, it like flashes on the screen for a second to kind of hint that Haru now has this armor of catastrophe attached to him. And he's like, it just like flashes on the screen. It flashes red, and he's like, "You have to kill them," type thing. And then they step in the exit portal, and it doesn't get brought up for another 8 episodes.
Fucking epic.
Awesome.
So that's the first arc of this show. That's only like the first. Yeah, that's the first 12 episodes. Is all of that. Which the second arc is better. Mildly. I think it has higher highs but lower lows. Alright. There's some dragging moments in the second arc. The second arc, it's a new year at the school, and so they're all like third years now in middle school. Or I guess 2 years. I don't fucking know how Japanese middle school works, whatever.
It'd be it's like equivalent to like freshman year of high school.
Yeah. So they have this they get Chiyu into the game finally. She's like, I need to see what all this shit's about because you guys are acting like this shit ain't games. And
It ain't, man.
It ain't games.
They get her into the world.
I've played these games before.
And they're like trying to figure out what her ability is in the game, and she gets found out to be a healer, which is like the most rare shit in the game.
Woman.
Second to his flying ability, her healing is like she's like only the third person that's ever been able to. And one of the healers is a king, and the other one quit the game out of pressure of being the only other healer. So, because like you get really bombarded with like, join our legion, you're so powerful, haha.
Yeah, it's like being a woman on a game.
And
but she's both, so that's like a bonus.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
There's this new kid. He's a first year. His name is Nomi. He's the main antagonist of the second arc.
Yeah,
And
the second half of the show. This is the rest of it, man.
Yeah, this is the rest of the show.
This is the end game. Let me pull up this little bastard.
He's awesome. I love this guy so much.
He's sick and he's also horrible.
He's awesome as an antagonist.
Wait, he's in high school? No, junior high. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I can't read.
So he gets suspected to be a burst linker because
Look at his
he's doing
face.
kendo with Taku. So they're doing a kendo fight in like some sort of scrim, basically. And they're like, whoa, this kid's fucking insanely good at like everything. What's happening? And they're like, he has to be a burst linker. But they keep checking like all the systems, and he's not showing up on the school Wi-Fi network, so they have no proof of any of this. So the solution to figure out if he's a burst linker is Haru follows him out of kendo club practice towards the shower room. And when he is trying to follow him, he takes a wrong turn because he played a electron visual masking trick
He got fucking bamboozled.
Yeah, he flipped the male and female signs on the shower rooms. So he took the wrong turn into the women's shower room, and he walks in, and he's like scoping around. He's like, the Neuralink. I need to connect to this so that I can see if I can find the burst linker programs in here. And then he looks up, and Chiyu steps out of the shower, and they're just like fucking staring each other down. And she's like, what are you doing in here? And he's like, I swear I went to the boys' restroom. And then more girls start walking in. So she grabs him, pins him up against the wall away from the glass, and just holds him there with the shower going until everyone else leaves. And it's real fucking awkward. That moment's over. Haru gets a message from an anonymous person that's like, meet me in the quad at this time during break, because it's like a no camera. It's a no camera area. So Nomi meets him there, and he's like, "So you've been following me around? I know what you're doing. I have like there's proof now that he's a burst linker, and he's like, if you expose me or do anything, like you're my dog now, because I have this video of you entering the women's shower room because I planted a camera there because I knew you would fall for my first trick of 8 that I planted.
He's a
My
fucking
layered
mastermind.
trap.
He's like,
a
I
fucking
placed
genius.
8 tricks for you to fall into while you were following me, and you fell for the first one. You fucking moron! I can't believe you're so stupid. And Chiyu shows up and is like, I'll just say like he was there to help me with something. Like I said it was okay because I was the only one there. And he goes, I actually planted a second camera where I left the audio on so it like audibly snaps a photo every time a woman walks into the women's shower room. And so when
Which
that
is all kosher, by the way.
so
You'd be like, hey, look at these pictures I took of the women. The pictures of the what now?
So the second camera gets caught because he planned it to get caught. And he's now like, now if this video leaks of Haru walking into the women's restroom, they're all going to fully believe that he planted the camera there and his life will be ruined forever.
Damn.
So now you're my dog.
Dead dog.
You will do as I say. You're going to collect burst points for me, and then you're going to give them to me every single day. And she was like, no way, you can't do that. And she like tries to step in, and he grabs her, pulls her in, and like a hostage scenario, and he plugs one cable into his neck, and is like holding the other end up to her neck. And he's like, Haru, yeah. He's like, Haru, you take one more step near me, I'm gonna plug this in, and I'm gonna like fucking ruin her. And it's
This kid means business.
This kid don't fucking play, man.
It's really like, it's really uncomfortable to watch for me. I forgot about this scene a little bit, and it kind of gave me like goosebumps a little bit in the worst way possible. It's really gross. Well, instead, he throws Chiyu aside, and he pins Haru to the ground, and he connects the link to him, and initiates a fight.
And they fuck. Oh.
No. They fight immediately. And Nomi is just getting his ass beat a little bit. He's letting like all the special meters build and all this stuff. And he's like, you're going to lose something real special in this fight if you don't chill out. And what he does is his special ability lets him take another person's special ability without any limitations. So he just takes Haru's wings. So
Yay.
Haru no longer has wings. This guy, Nomi, now has the wings. So he's like ultra broken. Because now he can
And
fly.
has infinite blackmail.
Yeah, he has infinite blackmail. He has his wings. It's fucked up. Haru goes back into the accelerated world and it's like, I have to learn how to fight without my wings again. And he runs into dude on the bike, Ash.
Yeah.
And Ash like hits him once or twice. He's up against the wall and he's like, I'm so fucking useless without my wings now. And Ash says what I think is the funniest line, where he flips Haru off and goes, suck it! Giga suck it! No, Terra suck it, dumbass!
He's so gutted.
It's so fucking funny.
Holy fuck.
Giga suck it.
And Ash feels so bad for him. He's like, alright, I will lead you to my mentor, who will help you gain the spirit to fight again. Now, the reason all this is happening anyway is because Haru just decides not to get Hime involved on anything. Like, she's the level 9 Black King, and he's like, I need to be stronger for her so I can't get her involved. I don't want her to think I'm weak. And she's leaving on vacation in like 2 days, so like if I say something now, she's not gonna go, and like I don't want her to miss out on the vacation. So he's like, I have to get this figured out on my own. And this woman, this mentor that he gets led to, teaches him about the incarnate system. Where, now Cole, you can correct me if I'm summarizing this incorrectly. whereby believing you can do something so hard, you now just have the ability to.
Now, this is where your sirens in your head should go off if you were a cultured member of society. You may recall from Sword Art Online something known as the incarnation system, where if you believe really hard, you can do whatever you want. At the end of Sword Art Online, the first half or whatever, when Kirito wills himself back to life or wills himself of unparalysis, like Asuna does or like he does earlier in the show, that's through the incarnate system. They made that a canon plotline in the later ones, like it's an actual just factor in like the series mechanically, and that's why it is in Accel World.
This guy really believes this shit.
Yeah, so he, like, his training is he gets thrown to the bottom of a mountain, and it transforms into metal. And she's like, you have to climb back up for me to believe that you can do this. And so he, like, really believes that if he throws his arm, and he thinks of it like a sword, and he is so fast towards the metal, he could stick his arm into it. Like he'll just pierce it. And he just does that to climb back up the mountain. He just believes that he could be fast enough to pierce
It's just
metal.
a lot of effort, though, you know?
Yeah.
Ugh.
To reward him for his effort, she grants him with basically a jetpack, like a hover pack kind of thing. That way he can still fight in the air even without his wings. Back at the school, Haru and Taku directly challenges Nomi to a fight and getting his ass beat. And Haru's like, no, fight me instead. You could have all of my burst points. Just spare Taku. No, he's burned too many trying to fight you. And he's like, fine. And he turns it into a battle royale fight instead of a one-on-one fight.
Oh, fuck.
He's about to just like go and one-shot Haru, and Haru's like, no fucking way, and grabs him and starts an actual fight between the two.
Okay, hold on. We're also forgetting the part during all this. What Nomi Seiji has been doing this whole time. He's been duo queuing with Chiyu as part of the blackmail.
This is revealed later. This is later.
Isn't this?
No, it's illegal.
Well, while this is happening though, he's doing that on the side though.
I don't think they show that till a later episode, but
really?
Yeah, because that's after that's after the Hime arc on her vacation. They show that because it's a huge reveal. So it turns.
I know her power is a reveal, but like no, it's not a reveal that she's been healing.
Yeah, it's because they do the 2v1 fight where Haru and Taku fight Nomi, and they're getting him really to the brink, like they're about to win this fight, and then Chiyu randomly appears, and then calls out her special ability, and heals Nomi back to full health.
Oh wait, yeah, they fight again, don't they?
Yeah.
Holy fuck! I thought this was the end. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, because they do this fight first, and they're like, Chiyu, what are you doing? Why'd you just heal him? We were about to win. And then Nomi just gets back up, busts some ass, and then they confront her, and they're like, what the fuck was that about? And she just refuses to elaborate. She's like, I'm gonna fight with him now. It cuts away for 2 full episodes to be like, hey, so we know you're watching the Haru story, but this is also happening at the same time. And it cuts to Hime on vacation.
Yeah, and she just has like a little side quest where she does some dumb shit.
Yeah, she has a little side quest where while she's in Okinawa, she meets these couple other burst linkers and helps them with whatever monster they're trying to fight there. And that's 2 full episodes long, and then it's over. And it means absolutely nothing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got the filler.
Yeah, it really was just filler. So Chiyu, she says she's gonna be on Nomi's side after she gets confronted. And because Haru fought back in their last fight, he releases the footage of Haru entering the girls' locker room. So now he gets bullied even more. It does not mean anything. Because everyone already didn't like him. Now he's just like, he gets beat up a little bit more in the real world.
Yeah, because like, you're peeping on my girlfriend? What the fuck? Bam, bam, fuck you.
This all boils down to Nomi, Haru, and Taku all agree they're going to have one final fight in the free roam world. Because you can use this item, and you can put all of your burst points into it, and make it a winner-take-all fight. So Haru and Nomi agree to this, and Nomi's like, "You can bring your friends. I'll fuck them up too." And he's like, "It's just Taku."
Man, imagine if Kuroyuki Hime was here, Sai,
Yeah, if only the level 9 Black King was here to help with this fight.
to
But
just
like,
fucking one-shot
but
everybody.
like, I don't want to tell her because it'll be.
Yeah.
She'll think I'm weak, and I need to be strong.
God
for
forbid
her.
character learns a lesson from anything and is like, maybe I shouldn't care about how I look and I should just like accept and open up with my fucking girlfriend.
So they finally find this time to fight, and Nomi, not being the honest person he is, he brings in help as well to try to thwart them off a little bit. Where it's this dude that could just summon walls that crush Haru, so he's like having to fight them back the entire time.
Whoa, plague of walls be upon.
Yeah, so he's just 1v1ing Taku while Haru can't do shit on the side. And then while Taku's getting his ass beat, Hime just shows up anyway in the middle of the fight. She rides in on an air horse. Like, it's just a horse flying through the air. And she rides in on it.
Horse.
She's like, "I rode 15 hours in this world to get to this fight, and I'm glad I'm still able to help." So she brings a second life into Haru, so he finally gets through the wall, and he just starts busting Nomi's ass. Like, just fucking him up. They fly up, he flies up into the sky, and he jetpacks after him, and he's like using this new incarnate ability. He just starts stabbing the fuck out of him. Like, he's on track to win right now. And then Chiyu goes, no, I'm gonna heal Nomi still. And so she uses her big ability to heal him, and then he starts falling, and they go, whoa, what happened? And after he lands on the ground, she comes over and she's like, "While I was doing all the fights with him, I realized my healing ability isn't a healing ability. I'm turning back time." Which is why he's like regenerating everything, because I'm turning back the time on him after it got hit or whatever. So by fighting with him and letting him think I was on his side, he kept leveling me up, which meant I could turn back time even longer. So I went back so far that his wings went back to Haru.
That's why she had to keep it a secret.
That's
man.
why
Yeah,
she was
she
keeping it
just
a secret,
couldn't
so that she
mention
could
it.
keep leveling up, so that she could save it for this moment where they were about to win anyway.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have got the wings back,
Yeah.
I also like. Okay, isn't it completely unbelievable that she can turn back time that far? It's been like weeks.
Yes, this is weeks.
Like that makes no sense.
I
This
also
should
thought
not
that,
work.
but I just didn't care enough to question it anymore. So this fight ends.
She turned back time to when he wasn't in the game and delete him.
So because this is a money match, where
Fucking Smash players, man.
so they killed Nomi in the game, which means he now it's uninstalled from his system.
Don't forget his little sob story, man.
Yeah. This moment is fun to watch because
This is
Nomi's voice actor
yeah.
fucking he slays. Like
He-
straight.
yeah.
He kills it.
Kobayashi Sane.
They play this fucking psycho character so well. Like, he's telling all of his backstory, his sob story, and he's like screaming his heart out
Yeah.
while he's doing it. It sounds really good.
So his little sob story, if I recall correctly, is that his brother got him into the game or whatever, and his brother just like abused the shit out of him the whole time. He was like a real piece of shit, and until one day finally Nomi ambushes him and just fucking kills him over and over and over again until he uninstalls the game, right? And so he's like, "See, I was fucking abused. You can't, like, nobody is nice ever. You have to be evil to win," like that kind of thing. And so like that's his stop story. Like he was like betrayed or whatever. I don't know. It's really stupid.
Yeah. But so they kill Nomi in the game, so he's uninstalled from burst linking, and they meet in the school. Haru and Nomi, they meet in like a stairwell, and he just says
they're
hi.
like, "Oh fuck!"
And Nomi looks at Haru and is like, "Oh, we played like an online video game one time, right?" And he's like all smiles and shit. And it gets revealed that once you lose access to Brain Burst, you lose all the memories associated with it.
That's how it stays secret.
And that's how they keep it a secret.
So,
And
so,
what that made me feel is the stakes really don't fucking matter anymore. Because if you had to live
They
with...
do for the main character. For him, it's like, if I get uninstalled, I'm gonna forget my fucking girlfriend.
Yeah, like, he has slightly more stakes, right? But for the average...
But he doesn't actually know, because if he forgets it, then it's like, well...
Yeah!
Yeah, but that's shitty that you would lose all the time with your person you love.
Yeah,
right?
I was thinking, like, you have to live with this punishment of, like, oh, I used to have this super cool cheat skill, but now I don't, and I have to live with that knowing that, I lost. But now you don't feel like you lost anything. So who cares anymore? Is the way I look at it.
You lose your time, man, and your memories of people you cared about. That's pretty bad.
See, but they don't know that.
Well, I mean, they don't know that at the time until now, is what you're saying, or what?
Yeah, well, like, now they know, like, oh, if I lose in the game, I just go back to my old life with zero memory of it. Like, it sucks, right?
Yeah.
But you're getting put in a point where you don't remember it. Even,
yeah, you won't remember what you lost, but, like, that's still, like pretty terrifying.
There's stakes, right? But it just feels kind of meaningless, and
it's a little overblown.
Yeah, it's kind of moot at that point. But that's how the show ends this season, and the outro cuts to, like, all these different side characters you've met throughout the series. And the show did not get renewed for season 2.
Surprisingly, this show is pretty popular, and, like, it's a Reki Kawahara show. Like,
yeah, it has a 7.2. It has, like, a lot of people that watch.
Top 300 popularity, man.
Yeah,
like, they couldn't give this another season, like, compared to, like, season 7 of Sword Art Online. Like,
yeah, but we needed the one where Kirito was a girl, so
yeah. But so I gave the show a 3 because, like, as far as concept, I think the concept's interesting. I think the way they escalate situations, particularly in the second half, I think is kind of fun. Where this, like, just kind of shitter first year kind of just starts running shit. I think it's kind of fun. I think
he's a pretty sick, like, crazy villain.
Yeah, he's fun at the very least.
He like takes over the fucking show.
I think the art style is good outside of Haru's character design.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think the fight choreography is fun.
It's alright. The show's not super animated, but like the fights have like some strategy and stuff.
Yeah, like the final fights are cool.
And like the concepts are good. Some of the plotting and stuff is kind of stupid. I mean, you kind of have to wonder how everybody... Like, the economy of the points doesn't really make sense since it's a zero-sum game, except for every once in a while you and your friends get 10 points from a raid boss.
Yeah.
But, like, all of the other points come from other people, and most likely, you're losing them at unequal rates even. People are losing more than they're gaining a lot of the time from unequal levels, right? Like,
yeah. Just a lot of the plot. Yeah. I think the first half, or like the first 3-4 episodes, I think are kind of strong. I think
the first 4 episodes, like, are cringe and whatnot, but, like, kind of work.
Yeah, I think near the, like, episode, like, 6 through 12, it kind of starts to be...
Those episodes blow dick.
Yeah, those episodes were so bad. Where
they're so boring.
It's like introducing characters that suck, introducing plot points that don't get resolved, and it just kind of means
we needed so many episodes on the lowly Red King. We need her playing video games in his house, and she's like, yeah, these video games are pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the part where she's playing video games, and her and Kuriyuki Hime are talking. I wrote this down. She's like, yeah, I love old video games. And Kuriyuki Hime is like, I am also a fan of these old games myself. Video games of this era had yet to be burdened by censorship.
Yeah, because there's nothing to fucking censor.
Yeah. And then the last note I have here is in the 24-episode show that is not an ecchi. I have 12 instances of just straight horniness appearing on the screen. Yeah. Like, there's obviously, like, the one where they are forced to use the too small of a cable. That gets played back again with the lolly. Where the lolly is like, I'm going to use the really small cable with Haru.
To make her jealous.
Yeah, to make Hime jealous about it.
That's so freaking epic.
Haru has a dream about having a threesome with Hime and Chiyu.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day apologizes to Hime about it. There's the
self-reporting. That's
there's
crazy.
the instances where, like, there's someone trips and he lands with his hands on her chest or whatever.
God.
There's like 2 or 3 of those. He imagines. So when the Red Lolly King is at his apartment, Hime's like, if you're gonna stay here, I'm gonna stay here as well. And they're both like in the bathroom together, doing whatever. And Haru starts imagining them showering together, and is like, what would someone do in like an anime or a manga right now? Like they would probably peep and like accidentally fall in or something.
So freaking epic.
Before Hime leaves on vacation,
So freaking epic.
she's like, if you could defend the territory well, I'll give you a reward of whatever you want. And he starts imagining her stripping down for him as a reward. He's just like he's a little freak. She's like, do you want anything while I'm on vacation? And he's like, I would like some movies. And then in his head, he's like, I want movies of you in bikinis and high res, and show them to me while we're linked together with a small cable. I have that. He wants movies. He wants
Twerking with the flash on.
Yeah, he says all this, and I have it all quoted and written down, and I then have his words not exaggerated. There's when he's in the girls' locker room and he gets pinned against the wall. They do like a video call while Hime's on vacation, and her friend comes over and unzips her jacket, and it's like, it's real close up and weird and shit. Lot of focus on that.
Yeah.
In her filler beach episode arcs, her friend comes up and just grabs her boobs from behind, and then
It's fucking
like
epic.
30 seconds later flips it over and starts applying suntan lotion, and it's like she does like that scream, that anime scream that happens in situations like that. When Chiyu's
No, go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about. Can you mimic it?
No. When Chiyu's helping Nomi like get all the levels and burst points and shit, Haru goes over and like confronts her about it. And she's like, you just wouldn't understand, like I help him in that world, but like in this world, and she starts like unbuttoning her shirt. She's like, you could do whatever you want, like you could touch me if you wanted to. And it's fucking weird. There's just too much horny in this show that is not meant for it.
Yeah, it's not good. I think maybe my single biggest issue with it, other than like, you know, it's shit at executing the plot lines. Chrome Disaster comes out of nowhere, goes into nowhere, never gets brought up again. Like there's all these like goofy plot lines, and a lot of the characters like kind of suck. But the game itself is a cool idea, and it's a cool concept. There's some cool playing off it, like how people would act if they were given like a superpower kind of thing, right? The most annoying thing is that we are constantly expected to buy into this plotline of the main character is the best gamer ever, and like there's just no proof of it. Like I can't buy it for 1 second. Constantly, it's like, oh, you know, he's like the nerdy guy. He plays a bunch of games, but he's not good at games. He doesn't display any smartness at all. I got so annoyed watching the episode where he tag teams with the girl who's like helping him boost his points back up, because they have a duel fight and it's all about like the plans that they're making and whatnot. The other guys are like a tag team of like sand and wind with an electricity girl, and they do a combo attack, and he's like, they're shooting like a projectile at me. I bet it loses if I run in and hit them. And my notes say that, and I said, I can't exaggerate how not of a gamer he is. Like, bro, that's probably the one thing it beats, if nothing else. And so, sure enough, he runs in and he gets shocked, and they're like, you fool, it beats that. Obviously, that's the whole fucking point of the move. Like, he wins his fights through, his thing is overpowered, and he kick real good. He strategizes one time in the first episode beating Ash Roller, because he's like, if I pick up his back wheel, it's a rear-wheel drive bike because it's a big bike, and then he'll lose. That's the only time he ever employs any fucking strategy. He's a fucking idiot. He's bad at games. Like, it's because the show has to, all at once, wants him to be the powerful main character who's good at everything, and like a good gamer. But also, the show has to explain all the thought processes of everything, so he has to be a fucking idiot and fuck things up so it can get explained to him. Like, it's so bad. He's not good at the game. He's not. He's horrible. It's the same issue. You can tell it's written by the same guy as Sword Online, because similarly, Kirito's not good at the game. He's a little bit better than Haru is, because Kirito like knows a lot of random facts about the game and knows the efficient stuff to do, but Kirito isn't like better than other people for a reason. Like, he's not thinking out his strategy better. He's just faster, whatever that means. It's like I've heard a YouTuber say this. It's like a daytime TV show's idea of what they think makes you a good gamer. Like, he has the best reaction times, so he's the best player in the game, as opposed to the top players understand the strategy and the mind games behind it better. The best CSGO players know the map layout, know their smoke lineups, know the lines of sight, and like are looking and coordinating correctly. They're not the best at clicking on the opponents the very fastest, you know?
Yeah.
It's just scrub shit. It's a guy who's never played a fucking game before making a show about a game.
Yeah, most of the
Whoa, no way. Does that really happen?
yeah, most of the character arcs are kind of out of nowhere if they have any amount of development, or they feel very stagnant. Like Hime doesn't really grow as a person throughout.
Yeah, I mean, she's already like, her development is in the first couple episodes where she's like, oh wait, it is correct to be doing what I was doing before.
Yeah,
and she's just good.
She just re-reveals that she wants to become level 10, and that's her character arc, and that's all she does. Still,
I mean, I'd want to be level 10 too. I would love to meet Kirito.
yeah, like Haru's entire character, like in the beginning, is like so insecure because he's been bullied or whatever, and now he's like getting confidence in himself, but like it doesn't translate one-to-one to the real world. So
Yeah,
he
it
still
doesn't
kind of
really
sucks in real life, and he still has like the same level of insecurity when it comes to Hime, where he's like, I'm just not good enough for her still. Like I don't get
Yeah.
it. Chiyu kind of doesn't change throughout the show, and then just becomes like some fucking video game savant and has this entire strategy
Yeah.
plotted up for the final fight. It kind of comes out of nowhere where she's like, yeah, I told
Yeah,
Hime
it's
to be
goofy.
here. I knew I could reverse time far enough to fix the wings, and it's like she showed no signs of any of this throughout the entire show. Like, her character
Yep.
was quite literally bad at video games, cares about people.
Yeah.
Like, Taku's
I
the most
would-
interesting in the.
Taku's pretty interesting, yeah.
I think he
And,
is.
and
the
even then,
most-
for him, it's like after his arc happens, and he's just kind of a bro now. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't really do much more.
I think his character motivations at least kind of like all make sense throughout. Like nothing, no actions he made ever felt stupid outside of the like, let's not tell Hime. She's gonna be
Yeah.
But like when he has that idea, it's like, oh, she might get fucked up because he's now overpowered.
Right.
Which,
yeah.
like-
and that would be the worst case scenario.
Yeah, which like dumb, but makes sense.
Yeah, I could buy into it.
Yeah, I could buy into that being his thought process.
Yeah. The problem is just Haru is just the worst character ever.
He's one
Like, he
of
just
the
sucks.
worst protagonists.
He's really hard to root for because he has such a shitty attitude also. I wrote this in my notes. He's BPD as fuck. He's fucking bipolar.
He is.
Like, anytime anything bad happens to him, at any point, he instantly quits and is like, fuck, I fucking hate this. I couldn't win ever. My whole life was set up, bro. This is bullshit. Like, immediately when he starts losing all his fights at level 1, he's like, my character just can't win. He's just a fucking piece of shit. And it's like, what? You can't win with my guy is fast and hits hard? Like, what?
Yeah,
That's not good enough for you?
He wins
It's
that
a
fight.
fighting
He
game.
wins that fight where he's like, I'm not good enough.
Yeah. And you can justify it a little bit because it's like nobody likes their avatar because their avatar is always a reflection of their insecurities. So it's like, of course he thinks his avatar is stupid. It's what he would think is stupid, you know?
Yeah.
But like, come on, man. He's just like the ultimate not gamer. Like, he quits instantly. He has a horrible mentality. He's fucking hard stuck Bronze League of Legends. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's Accel World.
Yeah. It's a show.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Hold on. We didn't talk about the openings and endings.
Oh, yes. The first opening is a banger.
The first opening is pretty good. I like the first opening. I like the first ending more. I like the first ending a lot. The second opening, I really fuck with the second opening.
Really? I did not like the second opening as much.
Nah, dude, what? I guess like maybe it's a little bit
The duality
too
of man.
cheesy, kind of.
Yeah.
But it goes
Which
so
one is,
hard.
I don't know which one. I don't know the other
Here,
ones.
I'll pull them up.
Time to get
If I do
copyright.
this, okay, I do this. It doesn't pull my other tab. I'm not gonna pull it up for the stream. I'll just link it to you guys.
Yeah.
I see.
Bursting Nugget tea.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one.
Is that the second one?
Yeah, that's the second one.
I can hear it.
Oh wait, they can probably hear that.
Oh yeah, I can also hear that.
Yeah, I know that one. I played Nosuba for it.
Yeah, that one's a banger.
That one goes crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Maybe I might have to cut that.
Maybe I do have.
Actually, I probably won't need to use the desktop audio at all. But
Yeah.
that one
It's
goes
like 2
fucking
seconds, bro. You'll be okay.
crazy. Bro, they really hit you on that shit sometimes.
Yeah, both openings are good, I think.
Yeah, I like the first ending. The second ending's kind of cringe because it's like a horny thing, kind of.
Yeah, but that's like
The first ending goes hard though.
yeah, like definitely the
music
highlight
in the show is good.
highlight of the show for sure.
I will say though, my immediate notes on the first episode, I don't know if this is just me, Braden. I feel like the audio balancing is really bad sometimes. Sometimes the characters are like really quiet or really loud, and sometimes the background music is just loud as fucking like talking scenes.
I don't think I noticed any issues. Granted, on rewatch I had it sped up, so maybe I didn't quite catch the problem. But I also watched. I think I watched the first episode on my rewatch in dub because I was like, I want to throw this on a second monitor, and then I hated Haru's voice actor so much I switched back.
It's not good. Yeah.
It's really bad. So maybe in the dub it doesn't have the same issues, but I can't comment on that. The biggest plus I can give the show is I think the set pieces in the Accelerated World are really cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, Reki Kawahara is really good at like building game worlds that like have a really good concept. Aincrad and Sword Art Online is a cool game. I would play it, right? Because like it's just a virtual MMO where you play in real life. Like that's really fucking cool. But then all of the mechanics he makes up are stupid shit that are like, if you'd ever played a game before, you know that wouldn't work, dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, so they lose points on that, you know.
All right.
Oh, there's only a finite number of points, and there's only 1,000 burst linkers. How does the economy work, man? They're gonna run out. Like I don't know what to tell you.
You just print more burst points. I mean, it seems pretty.
That's
cool.
what they are doing.
Each person can only print 100 burst points.
It's like the U.S. economy. You just print more money. I don't know.
It don't work, man. It don't work. It's like the U.S. economy if they couldn't print more money. Like they could do it. Like it's like every day we get an extra penny.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay,
good.
we
It's
spent
not.
like an hour 15 on this show. We should probably get to solo leveling.
We spent a long ass time. Yeah.
It's all right. We can make this cool.
I was about to say, I feel like you've talked about solo leveling on here before, so you're just gonna be talking about it
It's fucking peak.
like half a
Yeah,
season.
I mean,
now
if you-
we're roughly talking about just all the anime. So
Yeah.
season 2 is airing right now. Episode 8 as of recording. I have not seen it.
I
Justin
have.
said it was pretty good though.
I think so.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead, honey.
So, as someone who hasn't watched this show, why does it qualify for the Bad Anime Podcast?
So Solo Leveling isn't like, it's a weird show because it's not like surface level. Like, yes, this is terrible. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's
I mean, kind
most of the problems stem just from the writing.
Yeah, hold
like-
on. The only thing you need to see is the fucking. I'm not gonna pull it up, but the fucking meme. People make this meme about every show, but the fucking meme where it's like, gun to your head, name 5 soul leveling characters. Oh fuck! Just shoot me, man. Just shoot me.
Solo Leveling, like, not only is it like comically edgy at times, like they spend so much time on characters who just don't fucking matter.
And
Because
plot lines.
Sung Jin-woo is the only one who matters, but
Correct.
they'll make you think sometimes someone else might matter, but then they'll be like, no, actually, we just wanted to make him look
Show's
cooler.
full of jobbers. Show's full
Yeah.
of jobbers. Power creep is mega fast. One episode, you're like, he'll never be able to beat this guy. I don't know how it's gonna happen. Next episode, like he's like 2 power levels above him already. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like, and I mean, we have the whole podcast on the manhwa if you really want to know plot specific stuff, but as far as the anime goes, well, first of all, both the openings are terrible. I hate the openings.
The first one's really, really bad. This one's better, but it's
I
still
saw
pretty
so much glaze on social media about the first opening, so I went on Spotify and
So
I listened to
funny.
it. It's so
funny.
not good.
bad. It's really bad.
I've never even watched the whole thing. I've skipped it every single time. I was
Yeah.
like, this is not good. I don't
At least
wanna watch
season
this.
2 has the decency of having just like the worst Lisa opening of all time.
Yeah. Lisa Forma
Like,
not paid.
Lisa just absolutely filling it in.
Phoned it in.
Oh.
The endings are like okay. I think the second ending is by TK.
Yeah, I think both the endings actually are really good. The first one has really cool visuals too. For sure both times my reactions upon watching the ending for the first episode of both seasons was, why did they waste a good ending on this stupid ass show with no plot?
Yeah, they could have just been like the openings, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know what they're going for the openings. Just like way too much like talking. I don't. Like, yeah, it's weird. Regardless, anime is like overall. The second season so far has been a lot better than the first season.
The second season has been significantly better. I don't know what I gave season 1.
I think that's also partially aided by I think the content in the second season is a lot better than the content in the first season.
So Braediac, let me give you the very fast synopsis of this story. There's hunters and there are gates. A bunch of people randomly awaken to superhuman abilities, and you have a ranking with your letters, E through S or whatever. You know, it goes to A and then it goes to S. It's like even better than that.
Love Sonic.
But there also were gates in the last decade or so. The hunters have to go into the gates because they're superhuman and fight the monsters that you can't beat unless you're superhuman, basically. He's the weakest one, so his life is a living hell. Everyone hates him. They all make fun of him. We're so weak. Why do you even come here? He has to come here because his mom is in the hospital with a terminal illness. This is the only way he could make enough money for it. And
she got sleepyhead disease.
Yeah, she's got permanent sleep disorder. And his sister needs money to go through school and then college, so he's got to earn money. So he gets the shit kicked out of him. They're like, "You're so fucking stupid. Go home, dude." And then they run into a big mega dungeon, and it's like a big trap, and he gets sacrificed basically. But actually, it turns him into the strongest guy because now he can level up. No one else in the world can improve their abilities. Sometimes they reawaken and get a new letter grade, but he actually gains experience points through like a game interface or whatever. And so the whole show is about him just grinding and killing stronger and stronger guys. And sometimes guys are evil and try to stop him.
Yeah, so
that's the whole show.
There's a game, like a quote unquote game mechanic. I use that term pretty lightly here, because it's really nothing more than just he has stats
and experience and level up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
But like I guess the actual idea of the system is kind of cool later on when it's described.
Yeah, there's plot stuff that makes it relevant. It's not that cool, but like it's like a twist.
I accepted the explanation. Put it that way.
It justifies it. It makes it slightly better, but it doesn't make it good.
Yeah.
But the whole show is just big dumb fights. There's a lot of time spent on like politicking in between. There's like 5 major guilds, and he's in South Korea, right? Because it's a Korean webtoon, web manhwa, whatever you want to call it. And so there's like some political factions. Which guild is going to recruit him? And maybe they'll stop him, or maybe people of these guilds are suspicious of him and they'll stop his efforts or whatever. None of it ever amounts to fucking anything. It's the most like we thought. Like, the most non-plot shit of all time. It's like, there's political meddling, but all of it is always resolved with, well, none of them could beat him in a fight anyways, so, like, they just leave him alone.
What can we do?
And, like, he doesn't want to join the guild, so it doesn't matter. He doesn't really care. He just wants to get stronger.
Yeah, and so, the thing that makes it even worse is the first season of the anime spends even more, like, time on these characters that's anime original content. And so I feel like a lot of the people who are watching the anime, like, who don't think stuff is bad, is like, they don't realize how underutilized these characters are going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Season 1 looks alright. Like, people, you know, once you make fun of the plot enough, people will fold on it and they'll be like, no, it's actually just a really fun watch for all the fights and stuff. Like, it's a brain off show. Like I promise. And it's like, okay, that premise fails on top of, like, well, if it was just a fun brain-off show, how come I have to sit there through half of every episode and watch characters yap and say nothing interesting, right?
Yeah.
But even if that wasn't true, most of the fights suck ass, man. They're just all stat checks. They're just all stat checks.
Yeah, there's really, like, the fights only get kind of cool when he actually gets, like, the Shadow Army. Yeah,
at the end of Season 1, he gets his new main power, which is he's a necromancer, and he can revive his, like, defeated enemies, basically, and use them forever. So he's really overpowered. Basically, he has, like, a shadow army, plus he's an assassin, basically.
Yeah, but nothing about Sung Jinwoo's powers itself and like his fighting style is cool. The only cool part are the shadows.
He just stabs people. He's like, ugh, his weakness is here. His eyeball is exposed, and it's like that's strategy.
Yeah. Well, at least the fights like are animated better than the manhwa like drew them, so that's something.
Yeah, the manhwa was really popular because the art was really good. However, not to speak too ill on it, because the artist is really talented. The paneling and the actual choreography of the fights is really bad, but the actual like still shots and the character designs and stuff look really cool. So everybody sees like the hype aura farming of like he's standing still holding a knife, and they ignore all the parts where like he slashes through them and it doesn't look good, or like the lines don't really follow correctly and the paneling's really bad. So like, and season 1 kind of captures that, because season 1 looks like fucking ass most of the time. Like, I think the one fight against like the police guy or whatever, the other like Hazama looking guy.
The inspector dude.
Yeah, the other inspector. I think that one looks kind of good. Like they actually choreographed that one pretty decently.
Yeah.
But most of them just kind of are just like they're staring at each other, and then one of them slashes the other one. It's like typical bad anime stuff. The show overall, the animation quality is pretty good, but the choreography and whatnot kind of lets it down. Season 2, the fights have looked a lot better. I would say overall, season 2 actually is a good looking show.
Yeah, that's the last episode 8 had like I thought it was a pretty impressive like animated fight. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the season 2, the fights have all been a lot better looking, and the pacing has been a lot better, as opposed to season 1 where it's so much yapping and dumb bullshit. There's still quite a bit of it, but they've paced it out a lot better, and we're like moving through the plot, and we're getting a good number of fights per episode that actually look better now. It's kind of become almost an enjoyable like bad watch or whatever.
It's at least becoming the turn your brain off show they told you it's going to be.
Yeah, the show will never peak above a 5 in my brain ever. We're getting to one of the funniest arcs in the whole thing, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen before the season ends.
Yeah, but, no, I think they'll probably like get to the start of the arc.
Yeah, it'll probably be like the season cliffhanger. There's some funny shit in the future that you can watch our other Soul Leveling podcast if you want to hear about.
Yeah, and to give you some of the genius dialogue that we have here, Braden, I like when he knocks a guy over and he goes, "Here's the thing, I've been continuously leveling up." That one's pretty fire.
So yeah,
dude, oh my god, the fucking I can't watch it without laughing at the first season when he's killing all the dudes that tried to like betray him, and Jinho is like the rich kid, and the fucking music and that whole scene is just comically like, oh my god.
Oh dude, it's so bad. Okay, every time since the first podcast Soul Leveling gets brought up, I have to post awesome.jpg because Gavin made this collage.
Pull it up.
I'm pulling it up because Gavin made this collage for the first one. I mean, this is the show. Especially the first season, but this is the show.
Yeah.
For me, it's much more fun to kill people than monsters.
One of my emotions.
It's such like those like shirts that people wear in elementary school where it's like, I'm close to leveling up and you look like just enough XP.
It's literally that. And dude, the people are hype aura farmers. They eat this shit up, man.
They love the aura farming. The kids love it.
I love the classic trope of like, not only does he have to be like the strongest, but he also has to become hot as soon as he's strong.
Dude, it's so good.
He can't just look the way he did before, because he didn't used to look like that.
Hold on, Braden. Sung Jin Woo. So he looks in the first episode. I literally have to look up episode 1.
Yeah.
I literally have to look up episode 1. He looks like
what? That is not the same character.
That's him.
That's not.
Him. But once his stats upgrade, he changes physically into epic-based Giga Chad.
Yeah.
That's not the same guy.
And then there's the whole, like, the nurses in the hospital, like, oh my god, did you see how ripped that guy is? He's so cool.
Yeah, she's like, here's my phone number. And he's like, is it for a checkup? Or, like, what's going on? It's so good. It's so good.
Yes, like, and Sung Jin was not, like, I don't...
He's not a character. He's just like, I have to fight so I can make
Yeah.
money for my mom and my sister because I like my family members.
He can't show any emotions. That's not allowed.
Well, yeah, one of them died.
Yeah, he did lose one of them. I don't know which one. It must be the fucking one.
That's a fucking moment from like the second half of the manhwa too. Like that's not getting animated yet.
Yeah. There's like a couple of cool characters, but they're like way later. So
Of course you'd betray me. I'm weak.
it's so funny. Like I don't know how someone writes this with like a straight face.
I can't believe how hard tooth and nail you really have to fight to convince people it's not actually good. It's really funny. It's like, to me, it's like watching someone.
Could you imagine if like Dragon Ball like was written like this?
Oh
man?
my god! To me, it's like watching people try and tell me Fairy Tail is good. I'm like, dude, come on.
I've been there. I've been in the trenches. It's not.
Be so for real right now, man. Like,
Yeah.
Justin going, I've played this game before.
Dude, I have. It was one of the like first shows I watched when I was younger.
It's tough,
All
man.
downhill from
It's
there.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, yeah, this is like, it's shonen. Like, I'm a kid. Fuck yeah, dude. They're fighting with like magic and shit. That's awesome.
Okay, so have you guys? I learned of this today. There's a controversy, or like a slight controversy. People are mad because in the English dub, Justin, the big mage guy he fights in episode 7.
The demon one. Oh, and you're talking about in the first season.
No. The demon one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, they hired a celebrity to voice this guy in the English dub. Some Colombian like rapper musician guy. Here is the clip. I'm not gonna show it on screen, but just watch that for me, honey. I guess I could play the audio, huh? Yeah, well, I'll wait for you guys to watch it.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're talking about Tusk, the fucking
Tusk
ogre guy.
I think
yeah.
J Balvin or something? Yeah, J Balvin.
J Balvin
Colombian.
does this?
Yeah, wait, you know who that is actually?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, J Balvin is the guy who voices this random monster who's like a boss for an episode.
Why?
Right, that was bad.
They were trying to get the outreach to the Colombian audience.
And like they're all like, people are mad as fuck about it because he does a shit job.
I mean, yeah, it's bad.
Song of Dogova. Yeah.
It's quite funny.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that. It's very funny though.
But yeah, first season pacing is very bad for about half
really
the season.
bad. It was genuinely so hard to trek through.
I remember hearing, I think it might have been from Zach and Andrew talking about it, that like the show's pacing was almost like a chapter and episode type pacing. And
it was not nearly that bad, but it was pretty bad.
Like they talked about it being like 1 or 2 chapters per episode, like it was a good thing, and all I could think was, oh, that sounds slow.
Me when I don't know how adaptations work.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be tight because like fucking got out of high school, got its shit rushed, and this shit gets fucking 80 seasons. All right, man.
I mean, this is A1 Pictures though. Like they're known for shitting out cheap garbage. I feel like I live in bizarre world. Lately, A1 Pictures have been known for like higher quality adaptations because they put slightly more effort into things since they did in like 2016. But you can still see all the crumbs of their little cookie cutting, fucking corner cutting bullshit.
Their grease stains all over
their greasy little palms all over the fucking. No, it's not a good show, man. It's not a good show. 8.86.
Number 26 in popularity. Yeah. What was the first season at?
People love their fucking.
It's like 8.2.
Yeesh.
Dang. There's another show up here that's really highly rated that I think could fit onto this podcast. I'll let fans of the show figure that one out.
leave your guess in the comments below.
The thing is, I have too many videos planned out that are big deals, and if I did a dissection of it, I would really have to justify it really hard because people would kill me for it.
People already didn't like
not
their
that
Attack on Titan one, so
Yeah, and that show's actually controversial. This is a show that everybody just likes. I actually don't care if people know, but it's funnier if they don't. But like, I would have to come at it with like a fucking 2-hour video, and I've already got those planned for things I actually care about.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much else to say about Solo Leveling that we haven't already covered.
Well,
Yeah,
welcome
we've
to
said a
Right.
lot about it.
Writing sucks. Art is like fine. Animation's sometimes good.
Yeah.
Dialogue is not good at all. There you go.
I think it would be a lot better if, every time Jinwoo went into a gate, he said, "Burst Link!" And then he met like a really cute loli.
I was
and
thinking
like,
he goes, "I'm ready to level up," but you got it.
It's time to do some solo leveling.
I mean, he's probably said that at some point in the
Probably.
I don't remember.
Yeah, the problem is just the show doesn't have any lolis. Like, I don't know what he's doing, man.
Dude, not only that, but the first season had a recap episode.
Oh, yeah. People review bombed that shit. Yeah, it had a recap episode like 10 episodes in.
No, it was 7.
Oh my lord!
It was the episode between 7 and 8 was a recap episode.
Oh
my
my
God.
lord!
There are also so many like flashbacks in the first season. The stuff that happened like 3 episodes ago. It's like, dude, come on.
The show just assumes you're a fucking moron because, I mean, well,
Well,
the
well,
shoe,
working.
if it fits. Yeah. I'm just
yeah,
scrolling up.
he
through
gets
our
all these
fucking-
like little shadow scrunklies though. They're kind of cool.
They're fun because they keep like a basic version of their personality, and so they do funny shit sometimes. One of the ones he gets later is really based, but
yeah.
that's it's one of those times where you're like, whoa, this show has a fucking pulse. Like, I will say also they've gone a good bit in season 2. They've gone more in depth on some of the side characters. Like Hunter Cha was not this fleshed out in the manhwa for the most part, at least up until this point.
Yeah.
Like they've given her a lot of scenes that actually make her a person, and also they've made a lot of the bits that like you could kind of tell what they were getting at in the manhwa, but like they just did it wrong. They've made a lot of them better. Like the one where she is like, I have to go into the gate and stop them or save them or whatever, and she's like, oh, but I don't have a weapon. And he's like, here, take this pickaxe. And she's like, no, I can't. And she stops and she's like, okay, I'll take the pickaxe. And it's like kind of funny. And the one with that one, just like the layout, it's like 3 panels, so you're just like, what? Like it doesn't like land right. But they do a good job of it. It's really just like, as one of the most popular manhwa of all time, it has all the popular manhwa issues, which is manhwa are all just fucking aura farming bullshit with horrible rating, like for the most part. Like that's all the popular manhwa. And it's just the same thing. All the characters suck, all the plots don't make any sense or go anywhere. And it just is like, I'm the main character. I kill everyone. I am so cool.
I am the strongest and doesn't afraid of anything.
Uh-huh.
And the hottest.
Okay, do we have general thoughts? I've been just scrolling up through our chat, and I just am seeing Braeden say, I forgot this shit was 24 episodes.
Dude, it was because I procrastinated really hard on doing my rewatch to like mark down my
same.
notes. So today after work, I was like, oh fuck, I gotta do all of that because we're gonna record tonight now. And so I pulled up the website and I went, this shit's 24 episodes? And I immediately started at 1.5 times speed after like the first 5 minutes of the first
Speed
episode.
Watcher, that's why you didn't like it.
Yeah, okay. I watched it in fucking real time once. That was too much.
Okay, cool. I gotta pitch this concept to Braeden, though. I think we'll see what he
Okay.
thinks, right? So,
Okay.
all right, imagine you're the solo leveling author. And you're like, yeah, for this part of the manhwa, like the Korean hunters are gonna team up with the Japanese hunters. What do you think happens to the Japanese hunters?
Oh.
So, Braediac, do you know anything about international politics?
Oh man. I know a okay amount about Asians hating.
Do you
one
know
another.
about what? Do you know about whether or not Koreans and Japanese people might have a good relationship, or if they might despise each other for some reason?
trick question? Every Asian race hates every other Asian race.
That's fair. That's fair. specifically, Japan did a lot of horrible shit to Korea,
Yes.
and they really hate them. So every time you're reading a manhwa and they bring in some Japanese dude, they're gonna be the most evil motherfucker who's ever touched the earth.
I think the only exception to that from the manhwa I've read is in God of High School. There's a Team Japan, and they're like actually treated like normal people.
Yeah, as opposed to spoilers for season 2. Or probably season 3 even, man. Team Japan shows up and, like, they're alright, and then suddenly they're like, okay, here's our plan. We're gonna get all of them fucking killed.
Yeah, so not only do they kill, like, almost all of them, but then they also are like, well, we're not gonna let you feel bad about it. It's like they were gonna betray them. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. Like, Korea, yeah, no. They deserved it.
Yeah,
It's just funny.
Mm-hmm.
how it goes. I do think it's fun looking at all of the shows that we talked about, and the lowest score was a 7.2.
Dude, an average score on Mal, that's a 7. But yeah, every score we've talked about, positive score. Very positive score.
Whereas, like, I can't imagine that when you guys talked about game. Fucking.
I don't know what score that is.
When her flag breaks or whatever the fuck it's called.
Years after the fact. Oh, baby. Negative score, kind of. This is a negative score for Mao. 7 is the average on Mao because they're stupid. I gave it a 2. Maybe I should give it a 1. What's your score, honey?
It's a 1.
Yeah, it's...
I'm choking on my water. I'm tearing up just thinking.
Yeah, like, you guys at least talked about shows that had, like, somewhat negative score, but everything is generally had, like, positive reception that we talked about.
Yeah, well, we're just stupid little contrarians who are just really mean,
When you told me to watch Accel World, I had no idea it had positive reception like that. I went and put my score in, and I went, this is above a 7? That's impossible. I don't think they watched the same thing I watched.
Yeah, I mean, there's just, like, not much value in watching the shows that are obviously bad and everyone knows they're bad, right?
See, but
like,
that's way more fun.
When even, like, the shonen meatheads know a show's bad, like, there's not much to talk about there.
It's only if they're, like, interestingly bad. Gamers is a unique sort of hell. Like, it's like the 10th circle of hell, like the hidden final boss.
There has been no other anime where I have called something a worthless episode and got literal zero purpose out of it. I'm putting it out there.
Braediac, I gave this a 2. Do you see how many episodes I actually watched of this? It's also 2.
Cole watched 2 and then made me watch the rest of this fucking trash fire.
That's awesome.
And he said, "Oh, it was probably this would be funny." Then I had to watch episode 12. Nothing. There's nothing.
Oh my
it's
God.
just like, who is this show made for? They don't even know what games are good. Like,
The best part of games, the box art.
I can't wait.
It's called Gamers, but actually, it's just a fucking stupid rom-com where everyone, no one can talk to each other. That's all it is.
Game-themed LARPing.
Everyone, go ahead and look in the chapters where you can see the timestamps for the shows, and then Justin crashes out at Gamers again.
Fuck.
I think maybe the worst I have ever felt for Justin is when he was talking in the Gamers episode, like the Bad Show one.
I wasn't even having fun. I was just mad.
I have to go watch
like,
the crash out later.
Dude, it's like not even a crash out. He sounds so fucking defeated, man. He's just like, whatever, man.
I'm pulling up my Google Doc again.
You've shown me like the page you had where you were like, Gamers episode 8, worthless episode.
No, it was episode 12.
That's 12.
The last episode.
Braediac, the last episode is a filler episode.
No fucking
way. Like it's like complete filler. I don't know if it's in the manga or not or whatever, but like.
Cole, can you put this in the? I'm sending this the screenshot of my notes of episode 12. I wrote 3 things.
Worthless episode. You guys don't know how much we have quoted this in the last like 4 years. Like it's so good. It's not like I'm living my life trying to be a derpy character woozy to the max. Maybe they realize the anime sucks. I'm done, thank God.
Here's another banger from episode 7.
This is truly an abomination of sin. Actual line, by the way. I know I'm going to lose to Uehara, but as a gamer, I think it's wrong to disconnect before it's clear who the winner is. I hate this show. He sees Tendo in a swimsuit and goes, "I just lost a life." Lol. Oh my god.
It's unique, hell. Anyone who wants, like, if you're a masochist or a freak, you should watch that show.
I'll put it on the
Oh my
list.
god. It's truly the worst thing that's ever been produced by anyone.
It's funny to be like, haha, the show about games is bad, but, like, it's uniquely terrible.
Watching it is... Braden, this whole show is misunderstandings love quadradecahedron fucking the show.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, all of them just misunderstand each other in the stupidest way possible.
Alright, let's fucking... I don't want to think about the show anymore. Let's get this over with.
We are
Sorry.
approaching the 3-hour mark.
It's getting a little gnarly.
I guess that's what happens when you have to cover a 24
Dude,
episode show.
that show
But
felt so much longer than 24 episodes.
Yeah.
I brought my cliff notes to the group discussion.
Yeah. You get to summarize the show where nothing fucking happens.
Yeah. That one's pretty easy. I go, yeah, nothing happened.
Okay, so let's analyze here then. Who watched the worst show, do we think?
Out of all the shows we've done so far?
No, just all three of these ones. It's gamers. If you're going all of them, it's always gamers. Like,
Out of just
In a fight, always pick gamers.
out of just these three, I assume Solo Leveling Season 1, it sounded like had the least to like uniquely offer.
yeah, I think it's what we gave the lowest score.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like,
It seems like the other shows had, like, bad entertainment value, at least,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Accel World had good moments mixed in. I think
Yeah.
it was more just like a frustrating watch, less than like a
Yeah.
bad watch per se. And at least like the show Cole watched, the 100 Girlfriends who really like. At least it sounded like there was actual entertainment to be had in some of the bits,
Definitely.
and even like the
Definitely.
worst episodes still had moments.
Episode 7
No, I didn't.
of 100 Girlfriends versus episode 12 of Gamers. Who wins?
I'm killing myself.
Who wins the oiled off twerk?
What's like a don't cry, if you cry you lose challenge? I don't know. How do we prove this mathematically? I think any single episode of Gamers is worse than episode 7. Like
I'd believe that.
episode 1 and 2. 2 I think was worse than episode 1 at Gamers. The scene where he spurgs out on his on Uehara or whatever on the bridge. That one hurt worse than anything I've ever seen in anime.
Yeah, I like when he says, that's some salty excuse.
Oh. And still, I believe the people in Gamers have played more video games than Haruyuki has in Accel World. They at least
Dude,
have
I was
a
just
little-
I was thinking about this. I was like, how is there no anime that like actually? I feel like who wrote it, like they know what games are. You know what I mean? I can't think of a single one.
I hear High Score Girl actually is pretty accurate to fighting games.
Well, there you go.
I haven't watched it yet. I hear it's pretty
Maybe
good.
we just keep being forced to watch all the shitty ones because of Pokemon.
Yeah, who the fuck keeps making us watch such bad shows?
Who the
Holy shit,
fuck
man.
wants to run a bad anime podcast?
It's not a bad anime podcast. It's AnimeCast. Cole just makes it about bad
No, it's
shows.
bad anime cast.
Look,
I
most
can't escape. I can't win. I
most
can't
of the
win.
episodes are about good shows. We've got this is what, the third bad anime episode?
Yeah.
And there's 13 episodes, man. You know, if you think about it, I'm very benevolent.
Yeah.
I think each one just takes a toll off my
I think
life. Maybe that's the problem.
Trigun just got
There's
a
no
cameo.
recovery.
It's not like actually about that.
I have gamers and Elfin lead. You know how heinous that shit is?
Bro, I really put him through the fucking ringer.
It's not fair. It's
Holy
not fair.
shit,
It's not
man.
fair. Cole gets to watch the funny shows that I pick up and drop.
Quit dropping shows.
Fuck you. All right.
Okay, before we leave, what are we thinking for next podcast, man?
Bad
Do
anime.
we have any ideas? Bad anime four?
You gotta watch good shows at some point in your life, man. You can't just keep watching
Okay,
bad
fine.
shows.
Next time, bring me back for a Blue Lock episode. I got you.
If you think I watch a Blue Lock for an anime podcast, you got me fucked up.
They colored the manga.
They did. Dude, for season 2.
You could bring Gavin in for that shit. I'll take a leave of absence.
Season 2, they colored the manga, dude. It's fucked up.
Gavin and Remy. Remy loves that shit, man.
You do not want Remy at a podcast. Boy, will be yapping till the sun comes up, man.
If you have to
man.
like watch something good for the next one, have you guys done ping pong? I feel like there's a lot you can
We haven't. That's true. I don't know if... There's some shows where it's like, they're good in a way that's hard to like, not just sit there and be like, yep, that was good.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I mean?
I guess you need like
ping
a
pong's
you need like
little
a
bit
solid
like that.
8 where you can actually discuss things and not like peak 10. Peak 15.
Kind of. I think we will eventually do a Joe podcast,
It has to happen.
but
The people have
Yeah,
been
you
asking.
need
That-
you need
that
to
one-
get Jordan in here so that she can glaze for like 2 hours.
She hasn't even watched the anime.
yeah, she
Close enough.
read the manga,
Even better.
which is good, but I think the manga only kids, they got a little bit less appreciation for it. They weren't there the whole time. You know what I mean?
They ain't seen the art in season
It feels like your
2.
friend who like you didn't go to the last year of school with or something. Like he doesn't really get it, you know.
Cole can watch GTO or
Maybe we
What?
do the good anime podcast.
NHK that'd be a good one
The
probably.
good anime podcast.
The,
We could talk about Technolize, Cole. I finished that show.
I got a Technolize video, man. I've been talking about that one.
Yeah, but like this time I'm here, so I can go. Yeah.
That's me.
For sure. I think we could do an exchange of good shows that we've all seen and do a podcast of that. That might be a fun refresher.
The Good Shows podcast
The
redemption
Good
arc.
Shows podcast.
Yeah, until I give you what I think is a good show, and you come in here and you're like, "That show was like a 4." Like, well, I don't know why.
Do not bring Blue Lock to present to the class. You will be asked to leave.
Braediac makes me watch Your Lie in April. I'm like, that shit was mid,
Yeah, that was my
man.
first
Like,
thought. I
don't
was like,
know.
okay, what do I have as 10s on my list that you haven't seen? The first thought
I'll
was
talk about
Your Lie,
Inuyashiki.
and I was like, Cole gonna give that shit like a 4
Inuyashiki's gas.
and tell me why I'm stupid for like the piano show.
That would be interesting, but it might be a little mean.
Let's verbally berate Braden for 4 hours.
No.
Oh shit! I don't know. We'll have to. Work
People
out the
would come.
details.
I'm just saying they would enjoy it.
Oh.
Not like that.
Whoa.
All right,
I
let's
might,
wrap this
but-
shit up.
Did anyone?
It's past my bedtime.
Braden, so I was wondering, Braden, you didn't mark the parts of the episode when they introduced the lily girl in Accel World, the red-haired one. There's a lot of parts where she's like, "Hey, why are you touching my feet?" Why didn't we talk about?
Oh yeah, because that was after she got revealed to be like the leader.
that? Yeah.
He like, because she was like, okay, the context. She tried to kick him, and he grabbed her foot, and then
Yeah.
held it to
And then
stop her from
mansplains
kicking,
to her.
and then explained some shit, and then she's like, you little freaky pervert, why are you still holding my feet?
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of weird. Justin, didn't Braden post like 5 screenshots of that in the chat?
Hey, whoa,
I-
no, I did not.
I kind of got it after the first one.
He
I
kept
don't-
saying, "Look how weird this is, guys!" Haha, and like,
Enough.
with a smiley face.
What was this? What was the nose emoji supposed to indicate?
We bring him out here just to slander
This is
him. That's
this
a good
is
day in
this
my
is
book.
fucked up, considering what Cole said earlier
Slander
about it.
cast. Slander cast. What?
You come on here a changed man. You start talking about the MLK virus. That shit's over.
Dude, that was maybe the funniest single thing that's happened on the podcast, man.
I've seen that clip
It
so
won't
many
be peaked. It won't be peaked.
Just Gavin, like I love my favorite part is that he's all like, we shook him up in a little cage. He's like, "Oh, I get to explain this one. I get to explain this one," and he's all riled up. And he says, "So they've got the virus, the MLK virus." Oh no!
He goes, "Oh fuck."
So good, man.
We gotta bring him back on here. Quirked up white boy.
Dude, he's so good, man. Oh fuck. Okay, I think it's about that
Yeah.
time.
I'm getting a little delirious. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
We're at almost exactly 3 hours.
Yippee!
Yeesh. Have fun.
That's a fucking.
Have fun
yeah.
editing.
I mean, it's not gonna take. I'm gonna go to your audio. I'm gonna fucking noise reduction the whole thing, and I pray to God no one's audio fucks up, and then we'll be good.
Yippee!
So, okay, I'll give you guys a 3, 2, 1, and we'll cut it out. Oh wait, let's do a bye bye first though. Goodbye, my people. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Remember, don't go solo leveling.
Woo!
Oh
Yeah.
my-
Burst Linkle.
First link.